All right, what's up, guys? We are live here, another Sunday night here in the living room, and decided to go on a little bit early just to give you guys some time to filter into the chat box. But in the meantime, had a great day today, and we have ourselves a great playoff baseball game going at the same time as our Sunday night game. So we are going to be pretty busy here tonight. So we got Game 4 here in Major League Baseball. What do we got here, Bo?
We got a little Red Sox-Dodgers, David Price against Clayton Kershaw tonight. If the Dodgers want any shot at all, Kershaw has to have a Kershaw game and go at least 7 innings. The Dodgers bullpen is spent at this point, and Boston still has a lot of bullets to go. But the thing is, if the Dodgers can somehow sneak this game out, obviously it's one at a time here, but you could maybe see Kershaw come back for a couple innings in Game 7 too. So we'll keep you updated on that too tonight.
Yeah, rough go of things in Game 1. Game 1 gave up 5 runs on 7 hits. So certainly here as we approach pitch 1 here.
Mookie Betts, first pitch swinging. Going to be aggressive against him. I'm kind of surprised. Guy that's pitched this much had injuries. You kind of want to work his pitch count here a little bit, make him throw a lot, knowing that the bullpen's been spent tonight.
There's one thing that you can't teach, and that's playoff experience. And, of course, Kershaw has been there. So just getting underway here in the World Series. We're going to get to football in just a second as Mookie hits a lazy fly ball to left center. And that's going to be the first out of Game 4 in the World Series.
Kike Hernandez playing center field. Like we said, we're just doing this to waste a little time almost before the football game goes, but seeing Kike Hernandez in center field isn't good for the Dodgers. That means that Bellinger or Jock Peterson both aren't in the lineup, so this Dodgers team relies on hitting the home run. Price gives up the home run.
Especially having that short porch in right field. You want as many left-handed batters in there as possible.
Even if you're going against Price, get left-handers in there. He throws a flat fastball. Good slider, but he relies on that fastball a lot. So might be a bit of David Robertson over-managing again like he's been accused of this series.
All right, 0-1 pitch here to Benintendi. That's going to be a curveball fouled away. 0-2 count here in the first inning. Top of the first, Red Sox at the Dodgers. Game 4 World Series. Kershaw is on the bump here with 1 out.
On the bump. Already got some comments. Thanks, guys, for checking in. Your thoughts on the football game are the only comments we're getting.
Football game, it's going to be a good one, and we're going to flip to that in just a second. But in the meantime, while we have a little time to let people get in, we got an 0-2 pitch here to Benintendi, and that is ripped up the middle. That's going to be a base hit for Boston, and their second batter reaches base here for the Red Sox.
Benintendi staying back. He's one of the rising guys in the league, Andrew Benintendi. A lot of guys compare him to like a Christian Yelich type of guy that you could see him. It's going to take him a few years to develop, but really huge upside for him and great bat. He's been hitting, making great plays. You saw that play at Fenway, both feet in the air, spread out, making a great play against the wall. Dave Roberts looks defeated already in the first inning.
Well, we got a 0-0 game here just getting started in the World Series Game 4. Boston is at the plate right now, man on first, and that's going to be a fly ball to left center. That ball's deep. That ball's hit hard, and that ball is out of here. And before you know it, 2-0, Boston goes up in Game 4.
Wow, Steve Pearce, what a huge pickup. That goes to show you, like, all these mid-series, mid-pickups, mid-season, it's not always the huge names, but a guy they get from Toronto, Steve Pearce, somebody who always had a good bat in Baltimore, and now comes out and just rakes in the playoffs. Huge spot for him here. Probably going to be the MVP if they win this.
And when you make those mid-season moves like that, you're making those moves with the intention on winning the World Series.
Yeah.
There's no ifs, because he might not even be on the roster next year.
No, all the moves that they make mid-season, especially here, a veteran like Steve Pearce, are for moments like this, for the World Series. It's not always the biggest money that makes the plays here. Great swing right there, staying back on yard to left.
All right, so we're going to switch over to NBC here, take a look and see if we have some football here to go. And we're going to flip between both games, and it looks like we're still in pregame here in the NFL. So we're going to go back to World Series Game 4. And if you're just joining us, the Boston Red Sox, top of the first, are already up 2-0.
2-0. J.D. Martinez coming up to the plate. The thing is with baseball, you don't see in football a lot. J.D. Martinez, a Division II baseball player, actually played against J.D. in college. He was a huge kid back then, struggled with the Astros, got cut in the bigs, got cut in the big leagues, and now he's raking everywhere in the major leagues this year.
And speaking of which, he hits a hard ground ball. They have that shift on, so he hit it right about where the shortstop should be, and he gets thrown out there for the second out here in the top of the first.
Oh, center cut pitch to Pierce, sits back, fastball, rips it. Showing the replay right now. Dodgers fan makes a nice catch in the stands, unfortunately, for the Dodgers.
How much do you think Cora and his coaching has impacted the World Series? Or are these guys just so talented it really doesn't matter who's at the helm?
It's a mix because the Red Sox, they could hit last year. They couldn't hit the long ball last year. That's what J.D. Martinez brings to the table. But Cora helped, I think, really a lot in the Houston series because he coached there last year, had the experience, won the World Series in Houston as a coach. Now leading the Red Sox probably to a World Series championship tonight.
And we will keep you guys posted on the World Series. But in the meantime, we're getting ready to kick this thing off in Minnesota as the Minnesota faithful are leading that skull chant. What is that? 50,000 people.
Foles. Oh, sorry.
Doing the skull chant. And Jesse Diggins blows the horn, and we are kicking it off here in Minnesota. That's going to be fielded in the end zone and brought out 5, 10, 15, 20, and no further than that. The Saints are going to go to work here at their own 20-yard line in Minnesota.
Guys, NFL, if you get the ball in the end zone on the kickoff, take the knee, take the ball at the 25-yard line, please. I feel like 80% of the time they don't get back to the 20 anymore even, let alone the 25.
Well, we literally just saw that in the Packers game. So the Rams got up late on the Packers, gave the Packers too much time, gave them 2 minutes. So when the Rams kicked the ball off to the Packers, Ty Montgomery caught the ball 3 yards deep in the end zone, did not take a knee, brought it out, fumbled. Game over.
Game over.
All right, 1st and 10 here, just getting started, 14:54 in the first, 0-0 game. The Saints have the ball. Breeze is under center. Handoff to the left. That is Kamara. Up the gut. That's going to be a 3-yard gain here on first down. That's going to bring up a 2nd and 7. As we take a look here at some numbers from Breeze, 77% completion percentage for the year, 1,870 yards passing, 13 touchdowns, 0 interceptions.
0 interceptions this year is absolutely huge for him. Saints coming out in the very nice all-white uniforms with the gold helmet, white socks, white jersey, white pants, looking really sharp and fast tonight on the turf.
Breeze in the gun. 2nd and 7, throws right, has a man, and that is caught by Smith, and he's going to be a yard short of the first down. That's going to bring up a 3rd and short with 14:07 here in the first.
Obviously, this is going to be a huge game. The last time these two met on this field was the huge playoff game to get to the NFC Championship last year, where it was a battle all night, back and forth, where the safety on the Saints just misread a pass, somehow let Diggs get behind him and score the game-winning touchdown. So maybe a little bit of a revenge game here for the Saints, but
yeah, this was a huge game last year. Really, directly impacted the course of the championship. As we have a 3rd and 2, 13:35, Breeze in the gun, looking, throws right, has a man, and that is going to be caught on the sideline and a first down for the Saints. Excellent play there.
A lot of people talk about the best receiver in football. Michael Thomas is just, he's one of those guys. He's not a loud mouth. He's not going to yell. He's not over the top, but he goes out. He runs the best routes, I think, out of anybody in the NFL. His timing with Drew Brees is just so precise, so good that it's pretty much unstoppable in one-on-one coverage with Thomas and Brees.
Yeah, and he was working on Trey Lanes there, and really not a whole lot of separation there. Just good timing, knowing where the ball's going to be, looking up at the right time, and just using his athletic ability.
Yeah.
That was a very impressive catch.
They're challenging for some reason, but it looked like the first foot was down, the second, the right foot kind of came down very close to the sideline. Probably didn't get there, but we'll see when we get back to that one.
We're going to flip over to the World Series real quick while we're at the challenge break. And it looks like the Dodgers are coming to the plate here. I know that the Red Sox got on top real early in the top of the first with a 2-run shot by Pierce. And that is what the score is. It's going to be 2-0 going into the bottom of the first here as we have Freese, Turner, Hernandez, then Machado, Muncy, Puig in the 4, 5, and 6 hole, and then the 7, 8, and 9 we have Chris Taylor, Austin Barnes, and obviously Clayton Kershaw.
I just don't agree at all with the Dodgers and one left-hander in the lineup of Max Muncy. Cody Bellinger is the future of your team, and how do you not start him on an elimination game? It doesn't make sense to me.
And your right field wall is about 310 out, and it's about this high. I mean, you really want as many. Well, it might not matter here. That's a deep drive. And that ball's out of here to the right field wall. And that is a leadoff solo home run. David Freese. And that's going to cut that lead in half.
Well, Cody Bellinger doesn't play David Freese's position, so I have no problems with him. Freese, another guy. Not a huge name during the regular season. Huge moments for the Cardinals throughout their playoff runs when he was with them. And now makes it a 2-1 game here early on.
It almost makes you wish we had more commentators on the team. We could stream the football game and the baseball game separately. Every time we turn on the game, we're seeing a moonshot.
That's good.
Deep
We got
in the
good
outfield.
timing. Good timing here at Brock Page Productions.
All right. Speaking of which, hit a nice premium play here. Had Washington -1 at the New York Giants. They got the job done 20-13 today.
That was one of those lines I was like, why is Washington... Why is that essentially a pick'em game between Washington
and you know all the sharps and the wise guys totally outpicked themselves, outsmarted themselves.
Well, yeah, that line told them that's the Giants have to win that game.
All right, 2-1. The Red Sox are up. We're just checking in with the baseball game here real quick while we're in the challenge review. It is an 0-1 count here to Justin Turner. He's hitting .381 in this World Series, but the big thing is no RBIs.
No RBIs yet. Again, great hitter. It's just the Dodgers' offense has been a little bit lacking here in the series.
0-1 pitch to Turner in the dirt. It's going to be a 1-1 count to Turner as we go back to football here.
Foosball.
And it looks like the ruling was a catch, so it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Saints. They're at their own 46. Handoff to the left. Looks like Ingram. And that's going to be a minimal gain there. Gain of 1, bringing up a 2nd and 9 for the Saints. 0-0 game here in the first. 13:05 left in the opening quarter.
And obviously Ingram is such an integral part of the Saints offense. Didn't have him the first 4 games of the season, but it gives Kamara, the younger guy, a little bit more of a chance to get a rest, a little less usage in the regular season. Obviously the Saints are built for the playoffs. They're here one thing only, win a Super Bowl.
All right. Now the backup Hill is in the shotgun. Breeze is flanked off to the right. Let's see what kind of trickeration they have. Kamara is to Hill's. Wow. He's going to throw it. He's looking. He fires deep. That is deep down the middle. That is Hill. And that's going to be a catch by Thomas down to the 7-yard line. We do have a flag on the play, but that's the backup quarterback for the Saints. That's Hill in the gun, throwing deep down the field, and a huge play to Michael Thomas.
Usually when you see a Wildcat running back come in, you're going to get a handoff or an option play. Everyone in the Vikings kind of crashed towards the center there. That's the big thing with having a difference between a backup quarterback who's a great athlete and the Wildcat. He can throw the ball deep, and that's what he did.
What's interesting about Hill is that he plays on special teams. He actually returned the opening kick, so the guy's just a football player, and he certainly showed it here. And as we're looking at the replay, Minnesota might want to think about challenging this because it looked like the ball hit the turf.
They might want to think about challenging it, but they lost the last challenge they just did. So if they challenge this, they have nothing left for the game.
There you go.
Probably if they didn't use that one, they would have easily challenged that play.
Totally forgot about that as we were flipping back and forth between sports. It's a sports overload here as we have 1st and goal at the Minnesota 8. Vikings are trying to hold the Saints out of the end zone. Saints have the ball with 12:08 left in the first here. No score, but Minnesota is looking to hold New Orleans to maybe just a field goal here.
Yeah, I don't understand what the refs are talking about here. There's no challenge unless it comes from the coach, and replay malfunction.
A replay
I don't think
malfunction.
I don't know what a replay malfunction means when nobody's turned the challenge flag. Mike Zimmer looks like he's talking. Does he want to challenge this early and lose everything? He's already lost one, but we'll see. Just resetting the play clock. Well, it's not a smooth start to the beginning of this football game.
I'll tell you what, at this pace, we're going to be broadcasting this game for about 6 hours.
We'll broadcast
It might go
this.
as long as the baseball game.
I was going to say, we'll get to the champagne celebration, the parade on the duck boats in Boston by the end of this game.
All right, first and goal. Saints have the ball. They're at the Minnesota 8. Drew Brees is under center. Kamara is literally right behind him. 2 receivers to his left. Handoff up the gut to Kamara. He's at the 5, down to the 4. The 3, and he's going to be tackled by a host of Vikings. That's going to bring up a second and goal from the 3-yard line.
Kamara almost looked like he got a little rolled up on her there. Comes up unscathed. Gets right back in the huddle. Again, he is the main focal point in the backfield, but Ingram is that extra guy that's going to give you the pounding. Right up the middle, usually. You'd expect to see him on the goal line, but Kamara here in a little bit of maybe a passing situation.
All right, more trickery here as we're at the 3-yard line. Breeze is flanked out. Hill's under the center. Hill takes the snap, and he's going to run it up the gut, and he is going to go nowhere. Maybe getting a little bit too tricky, a little bit too creative there, as they have second and goal from the 3, and they run a little trick play, and it doesn't work for him.
If I'm Drew Brees, I tell Sean Payton, listen, we'll do that maybe once a game, but we're not going to do that twice a drive. This is my football team. Even if it works, you don't want Hill messing up and fumbling a snap and totally ruining your rhythm. There's a reason you have Drew Brees as your quarterback. Let him in there.
And that's one of the things that the Ravens fall into, too. They really get Joe Flacco out of those rhythms by putting in the backup. All right, he's in the gun. Shovel pass. Kamara, he is in. Touchdown. Out. Saints, touchdown. And that is going to be a touchdown pass. That's a reception, that little touch pass.
It was a little touch pass, not even a shovel pass, kind of like just like a drop in the bucket there. He just let him catch it. Easy touchdown for the Saints. Kamara picked his spot, really got up red right behind his blockers here, showing us the replay. Huge hole. Kamara gets right in there. Touchdown for the Saints early on.
Yeah, Breeze was in the gun. Kamara was stretched out all the way down to the left flanker spot, went in long motion, and it was one of those timing plays where the ball was snapped as he was passing by. As we take a look at the PAT here, snap, hold, kick, up and good by Will Lutz. Right through that right upright, tucked in there tight. And with a little bit under 11 minutes to go here in the first, we have ourselves a 7-0 ball game in Minnesota. And we're going to go ahead and take a look at the World Series. Flip over real quick. And it looks like the Dodgers have Machado at the plate. Full count, 2 outs. Machado fouls it back. Price on the mound here. 94-mile-an-hour fastball. 2-1 game. Boston's up. We're in the bottom of the first here. Once again, full count to Manny Machado. Price on the mound. 2 outs here in the bottom of the first.
I got to put down Yahoo a little bit right now with the stats giving Hill the touchdown pass. Even they don't know what's going on in the game. Got to figure that out. David Price with the gray beard. Oh, this guy's getting old. It's like he just got drafted. Smart guy out of Vanderbilt University.
Another foul ball here by Machado down the third base line. Machado really working this count. Price up to 14 pitches here in the bottom of the first already.
People, when they think about Manny Machado, a lot of people think, he must have been one of those early signed, Caribbean players. No, he's a high school player that came from Florida. He's not an early signing anything. Got drafted right out of high school. Very early pick. Even from the beginning, people talked about being the next Alex Rodriguez. He was supposed to be the guy. Finally playing shortstop now at the Dodgers.
And another foul back to the screen. Machado really working this count here. 2-1 Boston, bottom of the first. Dodgers at the plate. Actually, it's Machado at the plate here with a full count and 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. World Series Game 4. Boston's up 3-1 here. And we're flipping back and forth between the World Series and the football game. Football will take primary attention. But while we're on break, it's gonna be a great game here tonight already. A lot of runs, a lot of hits.
Ooh.
Strike 3. Machado goes down swinging on a high fastball from Price. The crafty veteran gets the young guys down swinging.
Goes down swinging, but in the meantime hits Austin Barnes in the head with his bat. Who knows? Probably wasn't on purpose, but Machado has had questions in this series, and he has seen things from him before, like throw the bat at a third baseman intentionally, step on a guy's leg last series. Who knows with him, but...
Yeah, they think that Machado is a dirty player or immature. I think his antics are very cerebral, to be honest with you.
It's almost like a Draymond Green type player that's
Absolutely.
going to get in the head of somebody else, and as a basketball example. So,
All right, the Saints are kicking off after scoring a touchdown. They're up 7-0 in the first here. That ball is going to be returned at the goal line. 15 up to the 17, 20, 21-yard line. Kirk Cousins and the Vikings will go to work here at the 21-yard line, depending on what this flag is.
another kick in the end zone, doesn't get to the 25, and a flag might back him up even more.
It's a personal foul. That's Craig Rolstad on the call, fifth season.
Fifth season, right?
Fifth season already.
Yeah.
And that is a illegal personal foul double block on the kick return. So that is going to back up the Minnesota Vikings to their own 10-yard line. Minnesota's going to go to work here at their own 9. At their own 9, they're going to go to work as Cousins is under center.
Could have just taken a knee. Latavius Murray in the backfield tonight, still with the injury. Obviously, we're going to see big things from the receivers tonight in Minnesota.
Cousins is back, looking, fires right. That's Adam Thielen, and that's going to be a 15-yard gain and a first down to the right boundary. 1st and 10, Minnesota.
This Adam Thielen last year kind of took over the number 1 spot from Diggs, and now this year it's just a clear-cut favorite target of Kirk Cousins. They have a great strategy going between them. 89 targets this year and 67 receptions already.
And the Vikings get right up to the ball. They're working at their own 23. Cousins under center. Hand off to the left. Up the gut. 6 yards. And that is a substantial gain on first down. That's going to bring up a 2nd and 4. And that was Latavius Murray on the carry.
Kirk Cousins, 70% completion percentage already this year. 2,162 yards passing. 14-3 TD with a QB rating of 101.8. It's not Drew Brees, but they're getting what they paid for early on so far this season. They paid for a number 1 quarterback. Always thought he was a franchise quarterback in Washington, showing why he deserves the money this year in Minnesota so far.
All right, Cousins in the gun, 2nd and 4, looking. Fires right, and that's going to be batted down at the line of scrimmage as we have more laundry on the field. Looks like we're going to see some very active officials here tonight.
Sunday night laundry is what we're used to, not Sunday night football.
And that's going to be an illegal contact call on the Saints. That's going to result in a Vikings first down. That's a P.J. Williams on the call there. A little illegal contact on him, working on Thielen in the slot. So that is going to be an automatic first down for the Vikings. And yeah, he got a hold of him.
Basically tackled him from behind once he beat him a little bit. I'll tell you what, Kirk Cousins, he does have a tendency to fumble at a big spot or throw a pick that gets tipped like that. He's not the tallest quarterback, but...
Cousins in the gun, hands it off to his right, and that is going to be a 2-yard gain, and I don't see who's on the carry there. I don't know who that is. And another flag on the play, holding on the offense. Craig Rolstad with another call here, and that will bring up a 2nd and long.
Trying to see who ran the ball there. It had to be Latavius Murray. Dalvin Cook obviously out, injured tonight, won't be playing. Mike Zimmer, 5th season as the head coach, 43-27-1. Obviously 2 NFC North titles, and the Vikings, both these teams are looking to make it to the Super Bowl. Everything else is a failure this year, I believe, for these 2 teams.
1st and 20. Kurt under the gun, hands off right.
Latavius.
And that's a nice run there. That's going to be 11 yards, bringing up a 2nd and 9. Latavius Murray running hard to his right.
Huge hole, probably weren't looking for a run there, but Latavius Murray struggled a little bit, even with Cook out early in the season, finally going over 100 yards and scoring touchdowns in the last 2 weeks. So look for him. Hopefully, if they can open holes like that, it doesn't matter who's running the ball. So, should be a huge night for him if they commit to the running game.
2nd and 8. Vikings have the ball. Handoff left. Murray again has the first down and more. And that is a nice run by Murray, and that's going to put him up to the Minnesota 46-yard line. 1st and 10, Minnesota. We have a 7-0 ball game here. The Saints are up, but the Vikings are looking to strike here with 8:05 left in the first.
Same thing. Extra blockers there that time. Really opened up the hole. Looked like it was a 2 tight end set. Something you don't always see with these great receivers from Minnesota. 2 tight ends in there really getting one of the receivers out. So 1st down and 10 from the 46 for the Vikings.
All right, Cousin tosses to his right, and that is going to be the backup there. That's Thomas, and he's going to be knocked out of bounds for a 2-yard loss.
That Rock Thomas coming in. He was the number 4 guy on the depth chart, but with all these injuries, guys got to step up and run the ball. Like Murray can't run every down. He's not an every down back, but great run, running hard, getting to the outside. Good job by the Saints D there.
Yeah, stringing it out there. That's the DN there, stringing that play out. Really nice job of keeping contained. So that's going to bring up a 2nd and 11. Vikings have the ball at their own 45. 7-0 Saints. 7:02 here in the first. Cousins in the gun. Receivers to his right. Looking, throws left, has a man. That's going to be the tight end Rudolph. And that is a nice 6-yard gain. And that's going to bring up a 3rd and manageable.
3rd and manageable. It kind of looked like the safety backed off. You're not going to be double teaming Diggs right there. Kind of showing his hand that it was zone coverage. Really gave Kirk Cousins a chance to read that play before the snap and get it to the tight end quick. Nice play by him.
All right, that is going to be 3rd down, and Eli Apple making his first start for the Saints here tonight. And we literally were covering Eli Apple just Monday night.
Monday night. Did you see Adam Schefter's tweet?
I did not see that.
Adam Schefter Monday tweeting, Eli has been traded from the Giants. And then, Apple.
3rd and 5, Cousins under center.
Oh.
Looking, and that is a completed pass to Adam Thielen. Incredibly acrobatic catch over the back of Lattimore. And that is going to be another Vikings 1st down.
Lattimore probably thought that he was getting a hug from Thielen there, and then all of a sudden his hands behind him catch the ball around his head and shoulder pads. Amazing play. Couldn't get his hands up in time.
This Thielen guy is something else, man. He's an impact player. Really tough to cover. You can put him outside. You can put him in the slot. The guy can do it all.
Runs great routes. I got a chance to see him in the NFC Championship last year. A couple big plays. Huge plays, but not enough last year. He's enough this year for him.
1st and 10, Cousins in the gun. Fumbled snap. Picks it up. Has some room running to his right, and that's going to be a 3-yard gain for Cousins. A little bit of a fire drill play there.
Cousins is one of the guys, he always wants to get a little more out of a play. Like that, a busted play, fumbled snap. He's not going to take a loss of 2 yards. He's going to risk stuff for a gain of 2 or 3 yards, which isn't always the best thing in the NFL. A lot of times, bad things happen when that goes to play, but there worked out a little bit for him.
Cousins in the gun. 7-0 Saints. Vikings do have the ball in Saints territory. They're at the Saints 32. Cousin looking, throwing right, has a man, and that is Stephon Diggs. Caught, and he is going to be brought down at the 1-yard line. And man, this is going to be a fun one tonight.
Looks like it's going to be a shootout. Everyone, another case, Kirk Cousins with a little bit of a throw behind the back route there, threw it short on purpose. Diggs coming out on single coverage on the outside. That's what these Minnesota Vikings receivers do. They don't know who to cover. Am I going to double Thielen? If I do, I leave Diggs one-on-one on the outside. That's why Kirk Cousins has so many options on the outside of who to throw the ball to.
1st and goal from the 1. Minnesota has the ball. Cousins under center. Moving some guys around here. Little motion. Cousin hands off, up the gut, nothing going. No gain. That's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. 4 minutes and 2 seconds here in the first quarter. New Orleans is up 7-0. Minnesota looking to score here and tie this game up. They're on the Saints 1-yard line.
I love teams that still use the fullback in the NFL. C.J. Ham getting a carry there early in the game. It's kind of a lost position, but a guy like that, if he runs hard, you got to feed him a bone every now and then.
C.J. Taylor Ham, you can't beat
Taylor Ham.
All right, second and goal here. 3:35 here in the first. 7-0 Saints. Minnesota has the ball. They are striking here. And they are going to do play action. Cousins rolling right. Has a man, and that is caught for a touchdown. That is going to be Rudolph. We do have some flags on the play, but I think that's going to be on the linebacker, Manti Te'o. I think this touchdown is going to stand.
Look, yeah, it's good to see Te'o getting his hands on somebody instead of an invisible girlfriend for once.
Well, he'll never live that one down. I know that.
Rudolph could have stepped out of bounds there first, but I don't know if Te'o forced him out. It kind of looked like maybe he was back towards the end zone pylon there.
I see a referee with a hat off, so somebody definitely went out of bounds there. Probably pushed out of bounds, but I don't know if he gets the touchdown there. He can't be the first guy to touch the ball coming back into bounds. The ruling on the field is that Rudolph did step out of bounds, and that is going to be an incomplete pass and a third down for the Vikings.
That offsets the pass interference, too. Because it looks like it looked like his back heel just got back on the back line. Ref's doing a great job. NBC it, showing us the zoomed-in angle right on. I never really understood that angle because you don't know how high his heel is or if his heel's touching the ground, but looks like it was out there.
All right, third and goal. Vikings have the ball. 7-0 Saints. 3:25 here in the first. Cousins looking, fires, and that is through the back of the end zone, and that is going to be a 4th and goal from the 1. Looks like the kicking team's coming out.
Got to get the ball into the end zone tonight. You can't just settle for 3 with these teams. Whoever kicks the most field goals, I think, is going to lose this game. I think that's the way it's going to play out. If you kick 4 field goals, the other team's going to get 3 touchdowns. Eli Apple, great coverage there on the outside on Stephon Diggs.
And the kicking team is not on the field. It is 4th and goal from the 1, and the Vikings have their offense out. Cousins in the gun, motion man.
Run the ball.
And he's scrambling left, looking, throws, and that is Stephon Diggs for the touchdown. Wonderful timing route, great play.
Great job of keeping his feet. We have a planned celebration here.
And they're doing this.
Is that a Fortnite dance?
All doing
someone? That. He just showed you the example of the dance they did. If you guys could tell us.
The touchdown, Stephon Diggs scored. He went like
held
this,
his belly,
this, and then they did one of these.
I don't know what that is. I thought maybe it was a Michael Jackson thing at first, but he didn't take off one glove. Great throw by Cousins there on the run to the left side. Oof, perfect pass right to the hands.
Yeah, Diggs just hauls it in there as he's running toward that front pylon. Just a great timing route there.
Great timing route. Glad we didn't see pylon cam. Shitty camera angle.
Yeah, you're not a big fan of that pylon cam. I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a little bit overrated.
3:16 here in the first. New Orleans up 7-6 with the PAT pending here for Minnesota. Snap, hold, kick. It's up and it's good. Tie ball game. 3:16 here in the first. New Orleans 7, Minnesota 7. And we're going to check in with the World Series game here.
Ken Mitchell said that the dance looked good when we both did it.
Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Thanks, Kenny Bolt.
All right, bottom of 2. Boston's up 2-1. The Dodgers are hitting. No outs. 1-2 count here to Muncy.
Big Max, the only lefty in the lineup. Just kind of like a regular player in Oakland. They gave up on him. Then he comes to the Dodgers in the home run derby, dropping bombs left and right this year. Great pickup. Probably one of the main reasons why the Dodgers are in this spot that they're in.
If you're just tuning in, we have a 7-7 game on the football side. And during the break, we are now taking a look at World Series Game 4, bottom of the second. And that is going to be strike 3. Muncy goes down swinging.
Brings up Yasiel Squealing Puig, who's hitting about 300 this postseason, had a huge home run last night's game. Obviously ended up not meaning much with the Red Sox coming back. Rodriguez throwing his glove down on the mound, giving up the home run. 110 miles an hour exit velocity, 439 feet.
So Yasiel Man-Bear Puig will take the batter's box here in the bottom of the second. 2-1 Boston. They're up here in Game 4. 1 out in the bottom of the second. Price on the bump. Fires. Strike. 0-1 count here to Yasiel Puig.
Probably not going to see the old price of 98 like in Tampa anymore, but still 94, 95 spots up. That good backdoor cutter he loves to throw, really get guys out in front, roll the ball over. He has to be a pitcher now. He can't just rely on that 98, 99 anymore.
0-1 pitch to Puig. Inside for a ball. 1-1 count. 2-1 Boston here. We're taking a look at the World Series while we're on break from football. That is a 7-7 game between the Saints and the Vikings. But during the break, we're just taking a look at a little World Series action as Yasiel Puig is at the plate. 1-1 count to Yasiel. One out here in the bottom of the second. Swing and a miss. Strike two.
There's that backdoor cutter we just talked about right there. 85 miles an hour. Puig out in his front foot. Really sitting back on that fastball, getting ready to hit. Oh, the great Pat Sajak taking his normal spot in the stands tonight. One of my favorite parts about playoff baseball, in LA especially, seeing what celebrities show up to the game. Pat Sajak owned an independent baseball team in Arizona at one time, believe it or not. Probably still does to this day.
1-2 pitch to Puig is inside. 2-2 count as Price is dealing on the bump.
All right, we got some Al Michaels, Chris Collinsworth live shots in the booth. Almost the angle that you guys are seeing us at. We're seeing you. Unfortunately, we can't show you because that's illegal.
Can't show you the game, but I would like to think that we do a little bit better job than old Collinsworth.
Yeah, Collinsworth smoked a lot of cigarettes. He's got some stretchy skin on him now. He's a little. That's why they can't show him all game. They got to show two good-looking guys like us.
There you go. All right, 1st and 10. Saints have the ball at their own 25. Breeze, play action, screen to Kamara. That's going to be a 5-yard loss. Terrible play design. And that looks like big old, who is that? That's Joseph there on the play from the D-tackle position.
Kamara kind of didn't really commit to the block there on the screen. Usually you want to see a little better effort than that before he peels off. Kind of peeled off a little early, made it obvious to the Vikings D what was being run there.
That's the one thing. That's the one thing you know as an offensive, as a defensive lineman. If you get a free release of the quarterback, you know a screen's coming. 2nd and 15. Saints have the ball at their own 20. Ingram in the backfield. Kamara in motion. Play action. Breeze looks, throws to Ingram. Minimal gain there as well. That's going to bring up a 3rd and 14.
Rare catch for Ingram there. Usually you think Kamara when the ball's coming out of the backfield from Breeze there. What do you think about Breeze? How long do you think he'll go? A couple more years? I know he doesn't. He's not a Tom Brady guy. He doesn't want to play forever. He wants to, hang it up at some point. But
I think he's a competitor. I think you got at least 3 years out of him.
Playing at the top of the game still. Kind of had a little riff with the Saints this offseason with the contract, but showing that he's still worth every penny. Franchise quarterback.
3rd and 14 from their own 21. Saints have the ball. Breeze in the gun. Looking. Throws left. That's going to be Kamara, and that's going to be well short of the 1st down. 4th down. Nice little 3rd down stand by the Vikings, and we have a punting situation.
Great job there by the Vikings, kind of dropping back, giving them the underneath. A lot of pressure from the, not a blitz, just the 4-man front getting close to Breeze. Saints with a great offensive line, you're not only going to get there. They actually look like they only brought 3 there. Still created pressure, had to get it out quick.
Morstead back to punt. The Saints are punting from their own 28-yard line. Snap's good. Kick is away. That is going to be returned at the 16, 20. Host of tacklers. He's going to be brought down at the 20-yard line. The Saints will go to work at the 20. 7-7 game with under 2 minutes left here in the first. We're going to switch over to some World Series action. Let's take a look and see what we got. And a man is on base. Man on first, 1 out. 1-2 count here to Taylor. It's the bottom of the second. Boston's up 2-1. Dodgers are batting.
Taylor's another one of those guys who had a huge year for the Dodgers last year. This year, not really the same as last year, but once they got to the postseason, hitting right around 300. So, really stepping it up, showing Dave Roberts why he should be in the lineup.
All right. 1-2 pitch.
Looks like Diana Ross back there. Go.
Outside. 2-2 count here to Taylor. 2-1 Boston.
Only 4 outs recorded so far to Price with 31 pitches. That's not a good ratio. If he gets a double play here, that'll kind of settle things up. But 1 out, bottom of the second, already 31 pitches when you have a spent bullpen from the other night. Guys just have to go. I know there's been a lot of bullpen usage this postseason, but this is the time where you need starters to at least get to the 6th inning.
2-2 pitch, and that's going to be fouled down the third base line. And we're going to go at it again here. 2-1 Boston. They're leading the Dodgers. It is the bottom of the second here. 1 out. Man on first. 2-2 count here to Taylor. And if you're just joining us, we have a 7-7 ball game in the NFL, Saints versus the Vikings. And we are going to periodically check in the World Series Game 4 between the Boston Red Sox and the Los Angeles Dodgers. We are in the bottom of the second here. 2-1 Boston. 2-2 count here to Taylor. Price taking his time between pitches.
Very long time with Price.
That ball is upstairs, and that is going to work a full count. Full count here to Taylor. He is hitting 297 here in the postseason, and Price's pitch count is up to 33 pitches here in the bottom of the second.
33, 1 out in the second. You got to give it to guys like Vin Scully, who used to just sit back, do Dodgers games all by himself for, 50 years, just no one else, no color guy.
He probably loved it.
He
was just chilling. He was just watching baseball.
His mind and gave us a nice play-by-play of what he saw. Didn't let too much happen. Let the game come to him.
3-2 pitch. That ball is lifted in the air, and that is going to be a lazy fly ball to center field for out number 2. All right, we're going to flip back here to a little NFL action. And, man, we have some good games on both sports. 7-7 game here in the NFL. Saints versus the Vikings. And the Vikings are going to work here at their own 20. And a little jet sweep to Thielen for a gain of 15 yards and a first down. Nice play to start off here, this drive for Minnesota. 29 seconds here in the first. 7-7 game. Minnesota has the ball at their own 35. Cousins back. Play action. Looking. Has a man. That's Rudolph. And that is going to be a 1-yard gain. That play was stuffed.
That's one of those Kirk Cousins plays that I just don't get. Like, you got the play action. Get rid of the ball. Don't let the defender get there and get a free hit on you. If you get rid of that ball, you're not gaining or losing, subtracting anything there. Get rid of the ball, move on to the next play.
And that play will be the end of the first quarter here. So at the end of 7-7 game between the Saints and the Vikings. We're going to go back to the World Series Game 4. We have a 2-1 game here. Boston atop of the Dodgers. Barnes is at the plate. Man on first.
Ooh. Well off the plate for a strike.
Guess it hit the corner there. 0-2 count here to Barnes. 2 outs. Bottom of the second. Yasiel Puig is standing on first base.
Austin Barnes, obviously the backup catcher for the Dodgers. Little speed, good high on-base percentage, but starting catcher just not getting it done. Hitting well below 200 for the postseason. Dave Roberts trying to make a change here with Kershaw on the mound.
0-2 pitch. Taken inside for a ball. That'll bring it to a 1-2 count. Bottom of second, 2 outs. And we have our first show us the game comment, I believe.
Yes, we do. The sports boy chimes in. I would be better if you show us the TV! Exclamation point. Well, sports boy, it's highly illegal by YouTube to show you the game.
It's not going to happen. All right, Price is dealing. 1-2 pitch here. And that is swung on and missed. Barnes continues to struggle, and that is going to do it for the bottom of the second. At the end of 2-1 Boston. We're going to go back to the football game here. Nice little start to this game. A little bit better than last Sunday night's game, where that was an absolute snooze fest between the Bengals and the Chiefs. Well, this week it's a little bit different ball game, as we have a 7-7 game going into the second quarter. And as we have ourselves a tie game, what do you see so far from either side?
I was expecting the Saints to come out and really, even though the game's in Minnesota, just show them who they are, move the ball down the field. But it kind of looks like it's a 7-7 game, but the Vikings kind of have the advantage. Looks like they're moving the ball a little bit better, a little more comfortably. So I think it's really a big thing for Kirk Cousins, too. Again, only his 7th game in Minnesota as a starter, and it looks like he's been there for 5 years. Everything's smooth, really working with the offensive coordinator well.
Yeah, I mean, definitely a good move for him because the Skins, they were basically not committing to him when it came to the monetary side of things. But, Alex Smith is doing a fine job out there in Washington. And as a matter of fact, the Skins go to 5-2 today with a nice win against the Giants.
5-2, and I saw that the winning percentage of the rest of the teams in the NFL is 40%. They have the easiest road ahead of them for the rest of the year.
2nd 9, swinged out to Diggs, and that is going to be a nice gain. And Stephon Diggs runs to the 45-yard line of New Orleans. Nice play design there. Definitely a designed pass to Stephon Diggs as he had climbed the linebacker in coverage. Really good matchup there.
Great lineup for Diggs right there on the outside. Rudolph comes over, gets a nice quick block. Diggs looked like he came up a little bit limp there, kind of making grimacing on his face, but he's fine. Actually got tripped up by his own lineman.
So that's going to be 3 catches for 51 yards already for Diggs as the Vikings go to work at the Saints 45. Cousins is going to do a flea flicker, and he throws right as a man, and that is Thielen down to the 18-yard line, and he gets up. He wasn't touched. He's into the end zone, and they are going to mark him down at the 18. Nice little flea flicker play there. Throws right to Thielen, and that's a big gain, and that's going to put him in the Patreon.com/Brock Page Red Zone.
Well, what? Patreon.com/Brock Page Red Zone?
That is correct.
We're still looking for a sponsor. If anybody would like to sponsor anything during the game, maybe like the Kleenex laundry flag of the game would be nice, something like that. But yeah, nice little route there by Thielen to get open. Kind of reminded them maybe what they saw at the Super Bowl last year when they were on defense. Not the Super Bowl, NFC Championship game.
All right, 1st and 10. Handoff to the left, and that is going to go for no gain. That's going to bring up a 2nd and 10 from the New Orleans 18-yard line.
Again, Saints 5-1, Vikings 4-2-1. Probably, I'd say 2 of maybe 5 teams that have a chance in the NFC of really getting to the Super Bowl. Both teams tonight. With the tie with Minnesota, maybe the tiebreaker wouldn't be as important unless obviously the Saints tie throughout the year, but still a huge game for home field advantage here tonight in the playoffs.
2nd and 10 from Minnesota. They're at the Saints 18-yard line. Cousins in the gun, throws left, has a man, and that's going to be a 5-yard gain to Stephon Diggs. Eli Apple on the coverage, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Eli Apple again, straight from Ohio State, getting traded from the Giants. I believe he was a top 12 pick in that draft when he came out of Ohio State. Giants kind of gave up on him a little bit. Saints didn't give up too much to get him, so he wasn't really helping the Giants at this point. Giants are in, I wouldn't say a full rebuild. They should be in a full rebuild, but they kind of have those pieces with Saquon Barkley and Odell Beckham already in place, so.
Play clock running down here. 3rd and 7 for the Vikings. They're at the Saints 14. Cousins back, looking, throws to the left, and that is through the back of the end zone, incomplete. And that's going to bring up a 4th and 7. But we do have a flag on the play. Let's see what the infraction will be. 7-7 ball game here in the second. 12:01 left in the quarter.
It's not often you see Aldrick Robinson getting a target in the game. Also, we'll see if he can draw a penalty here.
Not too many people in the chat box tonight, as we have a total of 14 people watching.
What's going on out there?
We're doing less and less each week. That's very discouraging. But I am happy that each and every one of you that are here with us are watching. I certainly appreciate it. And the flag was, what was the flag? Was that on the defense?
Yeah.
I believe the flag was on Williams.
Oh, yeah, he's grabbing his arm. And probably an uncatchable ball, but still, grabbed his arm, can't do it that close to the line.
1st and goal from the 1. Minnesota has the ball. They're going to run it up the gut, and he leaps, and he's over. That is Latavius Murray with the huge leap and jump over the entire offensive and defensive line. And here's the celebration.
Here it is. Oh, this is almost like a kick hit to the hand, almost like they're loading something.
Okay.
I don't know what that is. It's a shitty celebration.
Like
it's not good.
Like
If
that.
anybody knows that celebration, please tell us.
Yeah, nice
Kinda
little
like,
leap.
yeah, kind of like led with his ass there to get to the goal line and then sat on a defender, used his butt to jump up in the air and reach over the goal line. It's good butt play there by Latavius Murray.
Literally leaped from the 3-yard line into the end zone. And that's going to put Minnesota up 13-7. And the extra point is no good. Pulled it to the left, no good. And that's going to keep us at 13-7. And Dan Bailey is not right. There's a reason why Dallas cut him in the offseason. Dan Bailey is not right.
A kicker's almost like a golfer who gets the yips. Once something happens, or maybe like an old Chuck Knobloch in baseball can't throw anymore. I don't know. It might be time to cut ties with old Dan Bailey there.
All right, we're at a break here in the football game. I'm sure folks are tuning in thinking we're covering baseball instead. But it's a great night in sports, Sunday Night Football, and we do have Game 4 of the World Series. Boston leads 3-1 in the series, and tonight they're up 2-1 in the top of the third.
Ooh, high and into Benintendi there, Kershaw. The 91 mile an hour, kind of a cutter. Used to seeing something a little bit harder there from Kershaw.
Top of the third, 1-0 count here to Benintendi. Kershaw on the mound, strike one called. 1-1 count to Benintendi.
Benintendi 1 for 1 off of Kershaw. See, that's the thing that Alex Cora doesn't mind doing, putting a lefty against one of the best lefty pitchers in the last 30 years, Clayton Kershaw. He's not afraid to put his best hitters in. Hitting 400 in the World Series, why not put him against a lefty?
Benintendi fouls one off. We have a 1-2 count here. 2 outs, top of the third. Kershaw on the bump for the Dodgers. He's at 39 pitches already. And the pitch fouled back to the screen. We're going to do it again. 1-2 count here to Benintendi. Top of the third, 2 outs. Boston's up 2-1.
Good location there by Kershaw, working the ball down in the zone. Saw last night where Ryan Madsen threw that changeup, 2-strike changeup, left it up and just raked out of the park. Got to get those pitches down in the zone, especially hitters like the Red Sox have on their team.
1-2 count, and that ball is smoked right at the first baseman, and he is going to step on first, and that's going to do it for the top of the third.
Center cutter there by Kershaw right down the middle. Just got lucky. That was probably one of the harder hit balls tonight by the Red Sox, but right at the first baseman, David Freese.
So we're back to the NFL here. The Vikings are up 13-7, but a costly missed extra point by Dan Bailey, and I'll tell you, the guy just does not have it, with him this year. There's something wrong with him. He was cut by the Vikings by the Cowboys in the offseason, and he's just not looking good here for the Vikings in the early going.
It's not like the Vikings had the greatest kicking situation, losing a game because of it, but still, you think you can find someone a little better, and Hill runs into the back of his own blocker there, down for a second, gets back up.
Yeah, the Saints just returned the kickoff. That was Hill, the backup quarterback, who already has a long pass tonight. He was playing quarterback, threw it deep, it was caught. He has a long pass tonight. That's what I'm trying to say.
We got a comment on there by Cosmic R. WTF.
Cosmic, yeah, I don't know. He's probably upset about that missed extra point by Dan Bailey. Pulled it to his left.
Cosmic Bull, WTF. Yeah, that's what I want to know.
Yeah,
WTF.
WTF, that's great.
Don't be afraid to elaborate more in the comments section.
1st and 10, Breeze throws left, and that is going to be a 5-yard gain, and that's your boy Thomas. We're going to be talking about him a lot tonight.
Again, I think him and Julio Jones are right up there. Best receivers in the league. Actually, there's another one here, Adam Thielen, who thinks he could be mentioned in that conversation with route running, hands, jumping ability. He has it all.
Yeah, there's not much he can't do as we have a 2nd and 6 here. Saints have the ball. They're in their own territory. 11:20 here in the second. Minnesota's up 13-7.
Bro, show the game.
Breeze throws right, play action pass, and that is going to be Thomas again, and that reception will be good for another Saints first down. Saints have the ball at their own 45. 11:04 here in the second. Vikings up 13-7.
this is a live stream of us commenting on the game, Joey. If you want to watch the game yourself,
turn on your TV.
Contact your local cable provider. We actually have a great sponsor that they show TV, and you can watch TV. If you own a TV and pay your electric bill, then you're good to go and you can watch the game. But we can't show the game. What don't you get?
1st and 10, Saints have the ball. They're running right. That is Ingram, and that is a nice 4-yard gain on 1st down. That is going to bring up a 2nd and 7. I'll tell you what, I can appreciate your passion.
I'm angry now.
That was a good passionate speech there about showing the game. And, you think after 4 weeks you'd get used to it, but you're just...
Tune in. Figure it out, Joey.
You're becoming more angry with these questions.
I'm angry. It's hilarious at first, but by the second one, it kind of got to me. I'm not being very professional. I commented on there, no, Joey, you go watch the game. You watch us comment on the game. I'm not going to show you.
2nd and 5 from midfield. Saints have the ball. Breeze is looking, throws left, has a man. That is Kamara, and that's going to be a 4-yard gain, bringing up a 3rd and 1 in Vikings territory. 13-7 Vikings, 9:47 here in the second.
Great catch by Kamara there. I really wish Joey could have saw that on TV, but unfortunately, he can't see it, so he's got to deal with us. It's going to bring up a 3rd and short for Kamara.
You're all right, Joey. Don't mind him. He's just a little bit testy today.
Joey, I'm angry. Figure it out.
He's just a little testy today, Joey. Don't worry about him. We'll continue to bring very good coverage of this game. We just won't show it. 3rd and 1, and the Vikings jump off sides. Well, they're going to get it the easy way. That's going to be a 1st down for the Saints after this idiot jumped off sides.
Bold strategy to jump off sides before the snap. Didn't work out. And then that shitty ref in the 5th year, I forget his name.
Rolstad. Craig Rolstad.
Craig Rolstad. Great guy. Bad official.
Joey's got Lamar Bowe all worked up here tonight by asking to show the game. Sorry, Joey, we cannot show the game tonight. That is against the law. But I appreciate you. It is against the law. You could go to jail.
I go to jail for showing you this game, Joey. The more angry I get, the more viewers we get. So I figure I'll just keep it up all night.
Just keep it up. All right, 8:58 here.
I hope we didn't lose Joey.
And Kamara slips down for a 2-yard gain. That's going to bring up a 2nd and 8 for the Saints at around the Vikings' 40-yard line. 13-7 Minnesota. Saints have the ball, and they are driving with 8:45 here in the second quarter.
They are driving. Alvin Kamara, 23 years old, out of the wonderful college of Tennessee University. Old Smokey, my second favorite mascot in college football, right behind that Ugga at the University of Georgia. Good bulldog.
Ugga. Oh, yeah. The bulldog.
Yeah. Who do you like better, the bulldog or Smokey from Tennessee?
I'm actually a big fan. I like the Nittany Lion, even though Penn State's a little, kind of weird.
I saw it never mind.
Up there in Sappy Valley, very sad up there.
Sappy Valley,
weird place,
very strange.
So anyway, that's going to bring up a 3rd down here as I completely missed a play. 3rd and 3 here for the Saints. 13-7 game. The Vikings are leading, but the Saints are in Vikings territory. 7:47 here in the second. 3rd and 3. Saints have the ball at the Vikings 34. Breeze is in the gun. Kamara is to his left. Ooh. He's back. He's looking. Throws right to Kamara. Oh. And Kamara had a bunch of room to run, and he dropped the ball. Incomplete pass. 4th and 3 for the Saints.
4th and 3. They're kind of in that range where I think they'll either... they could go for it. They're not going to punt. Looking at about a 51.5-yard field goal, or go for it on 4th and short.
51.5.
They're lining up at the half.
Is there like a prop on that? Is that why you threw in the half?
No, it's just where he's going to kick it from.
51.5-yard kick.
Let's see.
All right.
They say 52. Let me see where he's going to put this ball down.
They bumped it up.
Oh yeah, he's out of the way at the hash.
All right, 52-yard attempt for the Saints. Snap, hold, kick. It's up, and it is right down the middle and good. And that is going to cut that lead down to 13-10 Minnesota. Very nice scoring drive by the Saints. We're going to flip it over here to a little World Series baseball during the break. And it looks like the Dodgers are at the plate. And yes, they are. Bottom of 3, 2 outs, and a man on third base. David Price made the start here for Boston. He's at 45 pitches already in the bottom of the third. Boston does lead 2-1.
2-1 game. That Kiki, are you with me? Hernandez is up to the plate playing center field tonight. Nice catch early on. Big home run to start the game. No, that was David Freese. I apologize. He's on third base now. What are you laughing at?
All right. Kike hitting from the right side of the box here tonight. Whoa. Price will eventually pitch the ball here. And that is right down the middle. Called strike. 94-mile-an-hour fastball right down the middle to Kike.
Do you guys not like the baseball? We switched to baseball and the viewers go down in half. Whatever. What do you guys want to hear us talk about commercials? Alvin Kamara's hair looks really nice. He has that nose piercing. 2 nose piercings in his hair.
Yeah, one in the hair and one right in the middle.
Yeah, what's that called? I forget the name of that.
The bull ring.
Bullhorn.
All right. 0-1 pitch. Kike skies it to right field. He might run out of room. And he just has enough room to make the catch. And that'll do it.
J.D. Martinez with a huge play down the right field line. Obviously hasn't really played the field all year, but mainly a DH, kind of looked lost down there. Almost closed his eyes halfway on the catch. Comes up with it.
Got the job done, though. And, that's really difficult down there, the right field line. The foul line's very, very close to the stands.
That's the good thing about Dodger Stadium for the fans. No really foul territory. Good for the offense. The pitchers kind of hate it. The old Dodger Stadium, before they moved that extra, they call it the celebrity section, where it was extra close to the field. They put about 15 rows in there. It used to be like Oakland, huge foul territory, but moved it in with the last few years to get extra seats in there with how popular they've been.
So we're back here to some football.
Do you like those facts?
It was very good.
It was good facts off the top of the head.
That was a lot of facts.
Do you think it was real?
It was like a freestyle.
I'm trying to get it all in. I saw the commercials running out. Al Michaels and Chris Collinsworth's stretchy smoker's chin was back on.
Well, we got ourselves a 13-10 game here.
That's a shitty pumpkin, by the way, whoever carved that.
I think those are fake.
Oh.
I don't think those are real.
Ouch.
All right. And that is a kickoff, and that goes out of bounds. That is a touchback. Minnesota has the ball at their own 25, and I need a beer.
Great job there by the Vikings of not bringing that ball out. They'll now get the ball at the 25, their best starting position all night. All night. Again, 13-10 Minnesota. 7:27 left in the second quarter. Kirk Cousins under center. He's going to take the ball from the 25-yard line. Brock Page Productions presents you the Sunday Night Football game. He's getting a beer. Cousins takes the snap. Play action to Murray. Flips it across the middle. Adam, I got a Thielen across the middle for a gain of 15.
It's good. It's a good nickname. It's a good nickname.
Up to 15 watchers now.
All right.
Down to 14.
We're down to 14 watchers, man. We're really killing this live stream. We went live for the first time. Got about 6. We have a huge play here. What did I miss?
You missed the flag. That's Murray with a huge play getting on the other side of the 45-yard line. Wags his finger. But there's holding, so that's going to bring it all the way back down.
Craig Rolstad, senior referee on the call, and that's going to be a hold. And Latavius Murray had that was about a 40-yard run here. Handoff to the right, had a little seam, cut back left. Really had a whole lot of room. Ran it deep into Saints territory, but that is going to be a costly hold on Eflin. And that's going to be a 1st and 20 here. 6:45 here in the second. Minnesota's up 13-10. Vikings have the ball. They're going to work at their own 30-yard line. Cousins under center here. Back looking, and he is going to be hit hard, and he goes down. That is big boy Rankins on the sack.
Yeah, that stinks there, Rankins. That's rank. Great sack right there, really knocking Kirk Cousins' ass to the ground. Looks like he's eating a little bit of the turf when he gets back up. What would you laughing at, boy?
Spencer Wigg says, rest in peace. Yeah, rest in peace, our live stream.
Nah, I think he's talking about Kirk Cousins. Oh! Not only does he not eat the turf, he actually hits his wrist with the face mask. And
a mouthful of black pellets.
We're up to 18 watchers, baby. That's what we like to see.
2nd and 25. Minnesota has the ball, handoff to the left, and that play goes nowhere as my screen is completely frozen here. Xfinity not getting the job done, and I can't even change the channel.
You can't change the channel, folks. The linemen are stuck in concrete. Luckily for us, the TV went off for a second and there he is. What's up?
Isaiah,
Here it comes.
a.k.a. Fart Bull, is in the building.
What's up, Bull?
He came out. He's been partying all day long, and he left me hanging. There we go. There's the fist bump.
I was waiting for the dive over the couch
So
like he used to do.
3rd and 24, and we lost the game again.
Oh, my gosh. Swan dive.
All right. And that was a little pass play to Thomas. Huge gain, and that is still going to result in a 4th down
We jumped
for the
up
Vikings.
to 23 viewers, and he left.
All right, 4th down here. 5 minutes to go in the second. Minnesota was up 13-10. They're going to punt this ball away. Saints are going to get the ball deep in their own territory.
Yeah, a lot of lobbying by the wide receivers in this game. They really want to spread out the ball and get them to them, but there's only one ball to go around for 5 receivers, and you got to pick your spots. That's what you do in football.
All right, Wild back to punt. Catches the snap. Kick
Shitty
is
snap.
away. And that is going to be fielded by Kamara at the 18. He's got room. 25, 30, up to the 33-yard line. Nice hard return there by Kamara. And the Saints are going to go to work at their own 33-yard line.
Shows you what the Saints are doing, trying to create a spark there by getting Kamara back to receive that punt. And we're back to baseball.
Back to baseball, so you can start tuning out. We're on a break here.
It's America's pastime, and that's what it is.
We're on a commercial break in football. We're just going to take a quick look at baseball, not too long, so don't turn away. It's 2-1 Boston. We're in the top of the 4th. Kershaw's on the bump. 1 out here in the top of the 4th. 0-1 count to Martinez. Kershaw deals. Fouled back. 0-2 count here with 1 out in the top of the 4th.
I don't know if any of you guys ever played video games, but I used to play the show baseball game. I used to hate Kershaw because he takes so long with the wind-up. Really delays the timing and hitting in the video game and also live in the game.
I don't think he's as slow as David Fisher-Price, though.
Oh
David
my gosh,
Price is
Price
taking a minute and a half per pitch.
He's got that extra leg kick here. Dodgers fan, that celebrity with the plastic nose in the first row, looks like she's falling asleep. We're not here. We're coming at you live. Again, mainly focusing on the football, but switching back here to a little baseball during the commercials.
Martinez fouls another one back. Still a 1-2 count here in the top of the 4th with 1 out. We're going to stick around for one more pitch and then go right back to football because we do not want to focus on baseball too much,
No.
especially the World Series. That would be ludicrous.
Ludicrous to focus on baseball. It's a shitty product right now. This series is over. We got a comment. What's the comment?
I don't even know what that means, but it's funny. Ball in the dirt, 2-2 count here in the top of the 4th as we're going to go back to football. And I don't know what that means, but it's pretty funny.
Finding viewers left after they couldn't see the game. Thank you, Spencer. That's actually really good.
It's a great
funny comment.
It's a great comment, Spencer, because you're right. That's probably
they can't get the game. They want to get the
so
game.
they're watching us. So
You ever notice I get bad lighting on the face there on the camera?
it's because
just
of
the
too
light.
low light. Right? You can turn
Too
one
light.
off.
Nah, I don't want to touch it because God, it's time that they put the Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson on the TV on Saturday Night Football. You know how much I hate Dwayne, the steroid pumping, allegedly. Or again, I don't want to get sued by Dwayne because Dwayne could be one of the 19 viewers right there. Finally, something important: the Vikings cheerleaders on the screen there with a good cheer. Good, they did one of these with the pom pom.
Dwayne Johnson, the king of Bethlehem, Pennsylvania.
Oh.
All right, 1st and 10. Saints have the ball at their own 35. Breeze under center, hands it off to Kamara on a little jet sweep, and he's going to run out of bounds after a 5-yard gain. 4:17 here in the second. Minnesota's up 13-10. Saints have the ball.
13-10, kind of kind of a low-scoring game for where we're at. I mean, we're kind of right there, but I would have expected to see more touchdowns. Just not. I don't know. I feel like the offenses aren't in sync yet in this game. It's kind of a little bit of a. It's almost like a boxing match. They're feeling each other out here in the early going.
Sustained drives. I mean.
Yeah.
All right, 2nd and 5. Kamara up the middle, has some room, 50, down to the 45, and he is going to be deep into Minnesota territory, and that is going to be a 1st and 10. Nice run by Alvin Kamara on the right side there. Incredible blocking by the right side. The big hog mollies pushing bodies around, and Kamara hits that hole hard and gets down into Minnesota territory with a wonderful run.
Kind of a little strange he didn't break that to the outside. Harrison Smith did a good job of closing down from the free safety spot, but if he breaks that to the right, I think he gains another 10, 15 yards. But great open field tackle by Harrison Smith.
Breeze under center, looking, throws left, and that should be a flag on the play, and there's no flag. Incomplete pass.
That's the old incidental contact, so it's not pass interference. We've seen that a couple times already in these few broadcasts we had with a lot of viewers.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do some raffles or something to get these folks involved. Now, we have 18 people that are watching live, and I appreciate each and every one of them. But a couple weeks ago, we had significantly more, and it was a lot of fun because the chat box was blowing up.
Yeah, I like a good blow up on the chat box. I wonder what's changed from this week to previous weeks. I don't know what it could be.
Neither. I have no idea.
But
2nd and 10, Breeze throws, and that's going to be intercepted. Intercepted by Smith in the defensive backfield, and that's going to be a 1st down, change of possession, turnover. I don't care how you draw it up. That is a huge play as the Vikings get the ball back and stifle that New Orleans drive.
Harrison Smith had a huge play there with the interception. Had a great year last year, but the Eagles kind of figured out that he would tip where he was going before the play, really took advantage of him in that NFC Championship game, and right now did a little good job in zone coverage there. Just threw it over top of Michael Thompson, which is very hard to do with his skill set of how he gets up in the air, but the pressure up front really helped out there.
All right, 1st and 10 for Minnesota. They're working at their own 33. Cousins in the gun, 3 receivers to his left, running back to his left, and they're going to run it right. And that's going to be a nice 3-yard gain to the right side. Nice run, 2nd and 7.
Huge 3-yard gain right there. That's like, what are you laughing at, Bull? What are you laughing at, 3-yard gain?
What?
Oh, you coughing? You sick? Yeah, that's what, actually they call it a 2-yard gain. I wouldn't even give him 3. Yeah, good blocking up front there. And the guy comes on the outside unscathed when he hit Breeze to force that interception. Great job by the Vikings defense.
2nd and 8 for Minnesota. They're at their own 35. Cousins in the gun. Hands off to the left. And that play is going to go for 2 more yards. 3rd and 5 here for Minnesota as we're going to wind down to the 2-minute warning.
Oh, the Brock Page Productions 2-minute warning.
Yeah, that's the patreon.com/Brock Page 2-minute warning.
Spencer Willig says, refs missed a call. Didn't know the Patriots were playing today.
Oh, come on now.
Spencer, you're right. Patriots get all the calls. The tuck rule is the worst call in football. Actually, my father, who's a Raiders fan, stopped watching football altogether for years because of the Patriots getting the tuck rule call. Luckily for us, we still have 18, 17 watchers that like to watch football or people commenting on them.
At least listen to it for sure.
Yeah, you can't watch because that's highly illegal in our country.
All right, so we have commercials on both baseball and football. So we're going to take a look at a few NFL scores today. Eagles took down the Jaguars 24-18 in London this morning. Nice win for the Eagles to go to 4-4.
Huge win there. I don't want to hear.
Denver.
What?
Denver drops another game to the Chiefs. Chiefs got the job done 30-23, going to 7-1. That game's going to drop the Broncos down to 3-5.
Pat Mahomes just killing it again. Probably the early running, obviously MVP. Great job by him today.
The Brownies looking like the Brownies. I think a lot of people were fooled. They go down today at Heinz Field, 33-18 at the hands of the Steelers. That'll put the Steelers at 4-2-1 on the year. Brownies, once again, looking like the Brownies at 2-5-1.
Brownies are who we thought they were.
Absolutely.
And their coaches will probably be fired, if not within the next few weeks, probably at the end of the season. It's just starting to get out of hand. You can't have offensive coordinators and head coaches fighting with who's going to call plays. It's just not working out for them.
The Buccaneers went to Cincinnati. That was like their 4th or 5th meeting in like 30 years. These teams never play each other.
Never play.
Well, it was a barn burner.
Huge burner.
Huge barn burner. Ryan Fitzpatrick got significant action later in the game after Jameis threw, I believe it was 4 interceptions. Bengals kick a field goal late in the game. Got the job done. 37-34 over the Bucs.
Joe Mixon, huge game for the Bengals. Couple of touchdowns for him. Over 130 yards rushing. Yeah, Ryan Fitzpatrick he's an old man when it comes to quarterbacks. I mean, you play Jameis Winston. You don't put him in there. I mean, this team, they're not going anywhere as of right now. He's not going to be the long-term solution. Play Winston, see what you have.
Yeah, it's just going to be tough for the Bucs because they're in that NFC South, which is so stacked and loaded. 3-4, that's good enough to maybe be in the hunt in the NFC East, but not in the NFC South. They're pretty much done for the year.
Yeah, they're done for the year. Play the young kid. Let him play. See what you have. If you don't like it, evaluate it. Get rid of him.
All right, 3rd and 6 here for Minnesota. They're going to work at their own 37-yard line. Beautiful woman just walked by the screen, by the way.
Oh, my God.
3rd and 6, Cousins looking, throws. He's got a man. That's Rudolph, and Rudolph reaches forward for the first down. Nice second effort play by the tight end, Kyle Rudolph.
Kirk Cousins takes a huge blow. Stays in there. I'm surprised that they did not call him roughing the quarterback. Wow. He hit him hard, but really came off his feet and really excelled into Cousins' body there.
1st and 10. Cousin throws right, incomplete. Intended target was Murray. 1:32 here in the second. Minnesota's up 13-10. Vikings have the ball.
Looks like a stick of gum in his helmet more than the mouthpiece. Maybe that's that new age mouthpiece where it just form-fitting to the teeth. And
it's a very flat, chewy mouthpiece. And Fart Bowl just runs across the screen there.
Runs to the bathroom. Who knows what's going on?
He's getting his cell phone. He's going to tune in live and
tune in live. Try to get these viewers over 20.
2nd and 10. Cousins back. Throws deep to his left. Has a man. And that is dropped. My goodness.
Oh, great coverage there by the Saints defense. I can't believe he didn't come down with it. The little bull's gone to bed. He's going to miss a great play right there.
3rd and 10. Vikings have the ball. We're under 2 minutes here in the second quarter.
What are you laughing at, Bull?
Lattimore on the coverage on that last
Treadwell
play.
almost came up with it. He almost looked like one of those guys at the scene of a crime where they draw the outline on him the way he got laid out there. That's probably why he didn't come up with the ball. 26 left. Go ahead. What were you saying?
3rd and 10. Cousins back. Looking. Throws right. Has a man. Complete. And he's out of bounds. First down.
Oh, my God. Great play there by Kirk Cousins to read 17 on the out route. Mike Zimmer wearing his glasses real low on the nose.
How about me on the call, though?
Yeah, it's a decent call. Decent call. A little bit over-emotional for first down, but, it's better than being lackluster and falling asleep back here on the couch like a color band.
Like the color, the chalk.
The chalk outline guy.
Color commentary.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Cousins, 13 of 17 on the night.
Show him blitz!
He's looking, throws right, and that is incomplete. Intended for Treadwell.
I was about to say, where's the
Laundry
flag?
on the field. Laundry!
Treadwell got up after being circled around there by the chalk, drawing the pass interference play. Great job by him. The ref makes a good call. Really professional ref here tonight. He's not over the top. He'll show you the hand signals. It's not too hard. It's not too slow. It's perfect.
It's really interesting because just about 20 minutes ago, you were really on Craig Rolstad. You didn't like him. You weren't a fan. Now you're pretty complimentary towards him.
Rolstad looked good there. He's doing a good job right now.
All right, 1st and 10 here. Vikings have the ball. They're going to work at the Saints' 30-yard line. 13-10. Minnesota's up, looking to extend the lead. 1:17 here left in the second. Cousins back, looking, throws. He has Murray. 25-20. 17 and bumped out of bounds by Eli Golden Apple. That's going to be another 1st and 10 for the Minnesota
Yeah, great play
Vikings.
right there. Sorry to overtalk you, but I just had to get that comment out. That such a great play. I was reading the comments. Probably don't know what happened right there, but Brock said it was a first down, so I'm going to go with it.
First down,
yeah,
Vikings.
I was right.
And they are going to be inside the patreon.com/Brock page red zone. 1st and 10. Vikings have the ball. They're at the 18. They're driving. 13-10 Vikings. 1:11 left in the second. Cousins in the gun. Throws left. Has Thielen. Thielen makes a man miss.
Oh my
and he
God,
falls down the turf. And it's picked up. 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Lattimore has it. 40, 35, and down to the 33-yard line. Lattimore scoops it, almost scores it. Huge turnover for the Saints.
Huge turnover. Thielen there. Probably, if he breaks one more tackle, gets in the end zone, there is a flag on the play. He's pointing at a player, probably the person the flag's on.
Flag on the play. 57 seconds here in the second quarter. Minnesota's up 13-10, but a huge turnover by Thielen.
Yeah, that's our Chunky Soup turnover of the game.
So Chunky Soup's not even a sponsor, but they make incredible soups that are hearty and they stick to your ribs.
Oh, it was the old this penalty on that team. So it's on the defense. It's on Treadwell for the horse collar tackle. But he did save the touchdown. He was warned about that. He cannot do that again or he will be ejected from this ball game.
You know what? If I'm saving a touchdown, I'm going to horse play all day.
Horse play?
Horse play. All right.
Was that on purpose?
We're on break here, and of course the baseball game's on break too.
Thank God we might be able to keep some viewers.
So yeah, no baseball coverage during the commercial. But what I do have is some more scores. The Jets.
Oh, the Jets! I didn't even know they played.
They dropped another one. They were out at Chicago, lost 24-10 to the Bears. Bears 4-3 on the season.
4-3. That Mitch Trubisky actually doing a great job this year. I had to start him in fantasy because Matt Ryan on the bye. Good job by Mitch. I see you working. Oh, he threw the helmet. Wow, that's unsportsmanlike, and that's why it was called.
All right, 1st and 10. Saints have the ball. They're inside the patreon.com/Brock page red zone. And Brees throws it to Kamara. 5, 2, 1. Touchdown. Oh. He's in.
No, I'm putting him down.
He's
down. He's down at the 1 right there.
He's down at the
knee
1
fell.
yard line. Questionable call there.
No, the knee was down. I saw it down.
Guy.
Knee was down. Watch, if you see Kamara, he's running upright. Then all of a sudden, gets tackled to the knee like this. Reaches in the end zone. Try to get the touchdown. Right there, knees down before the reach.
Kamara leaps from the 2 and he's in. Touchdown, Alvin Kamara. Touchdown run. And the New Orleans Saints take the lead 16-13.
16-13, 30 seconds left. This isn't a 20-yard extra point. They've moved it back now, so I wouldn't say a 17-point lead yet. We'll see here in a second, but Drew Brees owners in fantasy have to be a little disappointed that Kamara didn't get in on the pass play there, instead getting in on the 1-yard leap. The butt leap, it looks like, again, is I'm going to call that. Second time we've seen that tonight. What do we got? Comments?
And Spencer Willis says, you guys should take over Joe Buck's position so nobody falls asleep anymore.
You know who I was falling asleep in the first quarter, Spencer? Then you fired me up with your comments about losing 5 viewers, so I got to do what I have to do to get viewership back. And now we're up to a whopping 27. I hope you don't sign off since I said that. Actually, invite your friends. Share us somewhere with a friend. Maybe you'll go viral. For the right reasons.
And we have a flag on the PAT. Flag on the PAT. 5-yard penalty. That's a false start on Wood. And I believe Wood is the long snapper. So he must have been doing some weird stuff with the ball.
Yeah, it looked like he spun the ball on the fingers there. Kind of picked it up. Maybe placed it back a half inch. Yeah.
The old bait and switch there with the long snapper ball.
Hate the bait and switch.
All right. New Orleans is up 16-13. PAT pending. They are backed up here 5 yards. Snap, hold, kick, up, and it's right down the middle. Really doesn't matter. So with 30 seconds here left in the second quarter, New Orleans is up 17-13. And now it's time to turn us off because we're going to switch over to some World Series baseball.
World Series baseball. Here comes that Christian Vasquez. He's 0 for 1 with the fly out in the second. Here's the pitch from Kershaw. Ball high in the zone, pop foul. Looks like that could have been that Rob Kardashian making the play on the foul ball back there in the stands. Well, here I'm going to go solo as Brock has left me. Top of the fifth. Again, it's a timeout almost at halftime. Boston up 2-1 here at the top of the fifth. 2 outs. Kershaw at 63 pitches. Here's the wind to Vasquez. Kershaw on the bump. This stretch, the pitch swung and drove it right. Belt high fastball. Chris Taylor goes back right next to the warning track. Makes a great play. We're at the middle of the fifth. It's 2-1 Red Sox.
You know, it's funny. You sound a lot better broadcasting baseball than you do football. You're good at football. You're very good. But when you do baseball, there's like a distinct voice inflection that comes out. Very interesting.
Well, it's just a part of me. Like when I'm a baseball guy, I'm a football guy too. But when I see baseball, I get excited. It reminds me of the days when I played and I really got in there, threw the ball hard down the middle of the plate and watched it fly out of the ballpark.
Yeah, I heard in college you topped out at 72 miles an hour on the fastball.
And that's Brock Page trying to make a joke, and it just doesn't hit with anyone in the audience here. So it's really awkward when he does that awkward smile and looks at the camera, hoping someone laughs. Kind of looks like that Carl Pilkington, if you remember him.
They're laughing, and Carl's funny. 1st and 10, Vikings have the ball. They're at their own 25.
I tell you what, I don't laugh on my calls.
Handoff up the middle.
See?
And that is going to do it here. For the first half, the Vikings are just going to let the clock run out.
Kirk Cousins looking at the sideline, throwing that what looks to be Laffy Taffy
that mouthpiece is unbelievable.
I don't get it.
It's incredibly flat. It looks like a piece of chewing gum.
Looks like a piece of chewing gum. I don't know what it's protecting.
All right, so that is going to do it here for the first half. After 2 quarters of play, New Orleans is up 17-13. And now you'll definitely want to turn off.
Don't forget, though, the Vikings will receive the ball to start the second half.
There you go.
They will.
When we go back to the football game. But in the meantime, we're going to talk about a little baseball here since it is halftime and we're going to have a little bit of time.
Halftime, baby. I tell you what, you guys, you may say Joe Buck is boring in the comments section. This might not be a popular opinion out there, but Joe Buck does a great job of just... You know, he knows both games really well, whether that be football, baseball, even golf a little bit. I mean, Joe Buck does a great job. He's very professional. A lot of people say, "Oh, he's against my team." He's not against any team. It's just the way it comes out, the way you hear it. He's right down the middle. He's obviously a St. Louis guy from his baseball days with his father, Jack Buck, who was one of the greatest baseball announcers of all time. So that's just my rant for this commercial break there, the Joe Buck rant.
Joe Buck, there was something weird about him. He almost completely lost his career because of a hair transplant or something.
Joe Buck has hair plugs, and the way the tube was going down his throat when he was actually knocked out with the surgery, he couldn't... Something with the vocal cords were out of place, and he could barely talk when he came back. Really great to see Joe Buck recover and come back to be that great announcer that we all know and love.
Well, that's up for debate, but I'll tell you this much. Sports fans are very, very critical of their commentators. I don't know why. The commentators are so scrutinized, especially like Tony Romo. He's brilliant.
Yeah, he'll call a play out.
He'll call a play out before it's run. It's amazing.
Yeah, Tony really gets the job done. Price still on the mound here in the bottom of the fifth. He gets through this inning. Only at 56 pitches through 4. Actually, his pitches have really gone down over the last few innings.
Yeah, first couple innings, he was throwing an awful lot. And now here in the bottom of the fifth, only at 57 pitches. Not too bad as Chris Taylor is facing an 0-1 count here in the bottom of the fifth. Boston's up 2-1. Price still on the bump here for the Red Sox.
I hope those viewers come back once the football game comes back. Here comes the pitch. Cutter outside for a ball. David Price on the mound right here. He wears the Jordan cleats. It's very rare to see a player in the Jordan cleats, but Price, a big sneakerhead, great collection of sneakers. You got to see his closet sometime.
And there he is. We're looking at a shot at Dana Lavangi.
Oh, Lavangi, good pitching coach. He'll really shore up your mechanics for any pitcher out there.
Swing and a miss. 1-2 count here to Taylor.
Yep, Taylor has a great bat, good speed, good defense. He's your all-around. Well, he's not the greatest player in the league, but he does everything really, really well. Actually, that was a changeup. I thought it was a cutter, but Good circle change there by Price getting Taylor out in front on that swing and miss. Price comes to the set. 1-2 count here. 59 pitches, bottom of the 5th inning. And the pitch. Just missed on the fastball, low and away. Price again. He doesn't really go from too much of a windup. That's a way to keep his mechanics under control for him. Kind of more of almost like a glorified stretch position where he'll just kind of stand there for a second and then go. Licking his bottom lip here, not the top. 2-2 count, no outs, bottom 5th, pitch to Taylor. Looks like he went around there on the cutter low in the dirt. Home plate umpire doesn't even appeal it. Just actually calls Taylor out. He's kind of angry about that, walking back to the dugout.
Home plate ump makes the call there. Looks like that was close. I didn't think he went around.
A little bit of arguing. Dave Roberts coming out of the dugout to talk to the umpire. Telling the ump to let's go, check it out. Basically, Dave's trying to save his job, which I think he should. Here's they're showing the replay. Taylor, he did go around, but that's kind of too close. Just give that call to the first base umpire. Let him decide. It's really hard when you're watching balls and strikes to see that, but
got a couple comments here.
Oh yeah.
T. Lee asked, if possible, I think it would be great if you guys can toggle to the NBA Clippers game.
Oh, the Clippers.
Yeah,
nice.
We can think about that.
Yeah, we can think about that. Sign a superstar on the Clippers, and then we'll toggle to the game.
And
Don't trade away your best player. Don't trade away Blake Griffin, and then we'll have more viewership. I don't understand that. That really grinds my gears. But T. Lee, I'm happy you mentioned that. That just frustrates me as someone who loves the game of NBA. Why do you trade away Blake Griffin? Can you tell me? I mean, what do they get? A couple of picks? Picks are nothing in the NBA. Picks mean nothing. You got to attract superstar free agents. Can you imagine if they can get a Kawhi Leonard in there next year, pair him with Blake Griffin, then other people follow? It just really grinds my gears, that Clippers organization and what they're doing right now.
All right, 0-1 count here to Kershaw. Bottom of 5, 2 outs. Boston's up 2-1.
Clippers are leading 12-8.
Spencer Willig says, I'm working on a AP psychology essay, and if I actually watch the game, I won't get jack shit done. Really glad people like y'all do this. No problem, Spencer. We love doing it.
I knew a rapper named Psychology once. Psychology.
Yeah,
3 names.
Psychology.
Yeah. It's a good one.
Love Dice Tomato says, your color guy is better than Al Michaels. Not a fan of Chris Collinsworth.
Me? Thank you.
So
I'm better than the regular announcer.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's good. That's good. Thank you, Dice Tomato.
Andrew Dice Tomatoes, if you know anyone looking to hire a couple of announcers, feel free to send them this tape. If they pay us, we'll play. We pay to play.
Yeah. Yeah, we play to pay.
Play to pay.
All right. 1-2 count here, bottom of the 5th.
Kershaw's up. He's going to strike out, guys.
And he wanted to ring him up there. That ball's a pubic hair outside.
Wow.
That's going to be a 2-2 count here.
Paul Hilliard says Collinsworth sucks. Test something. Ickles. They're,
that's really interesting that Paul Hilliard's tuning in. I had never notified Paul Hilliard about our live stream that we do Sunday. You know Paul Hilliard.
I do know Paul Hilliard.
You know Paul Hilliard quite well.
Paul Hilliard.
Paul Hilliard. You're
Paul Hilliard.
Paul B. Hilliard.
Paul B. Hilliard. Paul Hilliard.
Paul Hilliard.
I love a good gambler man out there.
Paul. I'm all in Hilliard.
Paul in Hilliard.
All right, so we're at halftime at the NFL game. It's 17-13. Saints are up on the Vikings. We're also covering some World Series action. It's 2-1 Boston. And we're going to take a look at some NBA action, too. I'm actually going to see if we get the NBA game.
Oh, I love it.
Why
NBA.
the hell not? Wizards, Clippers, first quarter here, and I apologize. I do not get the game.
We can't get the game here. If you guys want to donate a little bit in that box down there,
I can afford to get the game.
I need gas money. We need to see the games. So if you donate in the future, we'll be able to bring you some great product from All Sports including the NBA, which most people think doesn't start until Christmas, but I love the NBA year-round. I can watch it all night, different superstars in the game today.
Paul Hilliard's the GOAT. Paul Hilliard, he's really big into the live stream. You can find him every night at Live at the Bike watching live poker out there on the West Coast. It's a great Live at the Bike. Yeah, it's literally live cash game poker from a casino. Wow. They have the graphics up and everything. He's always in the chat box. He's like a legend in the poker live stream community.
I remember one time I saw Paul Hilliard out in Atlantic City staring Phil Hellmuth down. They were going straight up. Paul Hilliard bluffed him. Phil Hellmuth bluffed him out of a pot, probably around like a $25,000 pot. Amazing play by Paul Hilliard. I think he was showing, he flipped his hand over to show Hellmuth what he had. He showed him like a 310 heart diamond or something, and Hellmuth literally took off his glasses, bit one lens off, and threw the other lens behind the wrap, almost hitting me in the eye.
True story.
True story.
Oh, wow. Wow, which casino was that?
Allegedly. That was the one where they have the flashing lights and the neon signs.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't want to give any casino a plug.
Gotcha.
It's not my style to rip casinos.
Okay. Well, that's totally my style.
Really?
And I'll tell you. Here's the thing. I'll never back up a casino.
No.
I'll never back them up. I'll never come to their defense.
We're here because we hate the casino.
And that's what is so frustrating about the guys on the West Coast that do that serious radio program. I'm not going to say who they are. Give them a free plug.
We're not here to rip.
I'm not here to rip them either.
No.
I respect what they do.
Sure.
But they're extremely empathetic to the casino. I mean, they're trying to get the gamblers all riled up about the 1% integrity fee. The casinos are just going to pass that on to us and some.
It's almost as if the casinos are giving them information and telling them who to play. Almost like they have an agenda when it comes to your money. Get the casinos out of my gambling.
Well, some guy was trying to accuse me of that over the summer. Like, hey, you're working for the casino. That's why you have your little headphones on. Meanwhile, I went on like a 3-19 run, and then they immediately knew that, well, this guy's horrendous.
Paul Hilliard still the GOAT.
Paul Hilliard, the GOAT.
Big college matchup next week: West Virginia versus Texas. Hook 'em horns or roll. What's that West Virginia song?
Country Road.
Country Road.
Yeah, that's John Denver.
John Denver's full of shit. Here comes David Price to hit. Obviously, Kershaw struck out. Price, I was going to say won't swing, but grounds out to Manny Machado to start the top of the sixth. 1 out. Red Sox now 6, 7, 8, 9, 12 outs from another World Series. Probably the team of the 2000s, agree?
Yes.
Well, thank you for that agreement. Kershaw gets the ball, sweaty hat. Amazing his hat's so sweaty with that postseason sticker on it. David Price almost looks like he's wearing the Kirk Cousins mouthpiece. Piece of
flat
flappy
yellow,
taffy.
yeah.
I'll tell you what, Kershaw has been getting a little bit ripped for obviously not a huge postseason performer, but he seems really focused tonight. Early on, Steve Pearce home run in the top of the first. He's been solid ever since. Only 65 pitches. 1 out in the sixth.
Yeah, Steve Nipples Pierce was an incredible at-bat there.
Yeah, great at-bat for him to pull that ball by Steve Nipples. Mookie Betts coming up to the plate, takes a strike inside. Top of the sixth, 1 out. Boston leads 2-1. Kershaw's wind, the pitch, high and inside. Betts backed out of the way, probably could have taken the pitch there. Showing David Mr. Freeze at third base there. He has a home run, solo jogger. Kershaw's wind the curveball outside at 73. Great spin rate on Kershaw's curveball tonight.
Yeah, good spin.
Yeah, about 2,700 RPMs there.
Are you making up stats again?
No, it was flashed. I have the StatCast on the phone.
Oh, okay. The phone that's off?
No, it's right there. Jerry Seinfeld, George Costanza, bad poker player. Change up down the middle. Mookie Betts pulls it foul.
I'll tell you what, that Jason Alexander is one of the worst poker players to ever play the game.
I one time got a tweet from Jason Alexander. Asked if I could come out to Vegas and be his fan club for his World Series of Poker. He said he'd be happy to have me as the lead member of his fan club. Never took him up on
Why
it.
didn't we do it?
I don't know.
Oh.
Well, he's not going to be on TV because he stinks.
Yeah, he was going to be busted out,
Yeah.
within an hour anyway.
Yeah, busting up Alexander.
All right.
Oh,
boy.
swinging a drive, deep left field. Betts hits that one out of here. Ricochets off a Dodgers fan's hand. He probably has a broken pinky at minimum, but home run by that Mookie Betts, probably your AL MVP. Comes around, touches the plate, smiling, kiss, blow to the press box, high five, Andrew Benintendi, Steve Pearce, Bat Boy, and the catcher Vasquez.
3-1 Boston here. Great little piece of hitting by Mookie. Place your bets. Kershaw looking a little bit irritated there in the bump. We're in the top of the 6th. 3-1 Boston, 1 out, and we might be crowning ourselves a World Series champion in just a few short hours.
Yeah, we might be. Yeah, Kershaw threw that ball seriously though. He immediately dropped down and held his head as if he knew coming out of his hand. Sometime as a former pitcher, you know when you throw a ball that's in the sweet spot and going to be hit. Pitch to Benintendi, another hard hit ball to first base. Freese makes a great play. Benintendi, nothing to show for it on the last 2 at bats, but really crushing the ball tonight. A little bit of a four-seamer there to Betts that just didn't do anything, stayed straight. Did not fool him, went down and got it. A couple of Instagram models on their phones did not see that, looked up after they heard contact, but it's about 10 rows deep there at Dodger Stadium.
Yeah, the one thing to notice here at Dodger Stadium is the couple of smoke shows right behind home plate. Outstanding.
You know what? Let's go on Instagram right now and type in Dodger Stadium, see who's checked in. Then we can see what smoke shows are there.
And that is how you stalk, ladies and gentlemen. That's how you get it done.
Fly out to Kiki Hernandez. It's middle of the 6th. Boston leads 3-1. Looking to win a World Series race.
All right, we're going to flip back here, see where we're at in the football game. And we are back to action.
Perfect timing.
Wow, actually not perfect timing. We missed a couple plays here, but it's all right.
Good thing they can't see that. Just roll with it next time.
Oh, okay. Third quarter here, 14:05.
Let's watch those jumpers, those watchers jump up there.
17-13.
I'll tell you what, the Saints are creating pressure on Cousins still, though. They're getting to him. He's making great throws, but they are getting to him quick.
All right, 1st and 10 here. Cousins has the ball. He's handing it off. Murray up the gut. 3-yard gain. It's going to bring a 2nd and 7. Third quarter here, 13:33 left. New Orleans up 17-13.
If you saw, Paul Hilliard called me out about that AC trip there, saying, "What up? Yo, Elbow, are you the man that called out Jimmy Rollins at the Borgata, thanking him for the championship while wearing a Dodgers hat?" The only reason I did that, P, is because I knew that J-Roll would someday sign with the Dodgers and be playing with the Dodgers, which he did. So I did thank him for the championship, but maybe he saw my hat and said, "That's a nice hat. I should go to the Dodgers someday."
Interesting analysis. We were actually playing roulette when that happened.
Paul says, very good foresight. Thank you, Paul.
All right, 3rd and 6 here. Minnesota has the ball. Third quarter, 13:15 left. New Orleans up 17-13. Cousins back. He's looking, throws left, has a man. That's going to be Stephon Diggs, and he's going to be tackled a half a yard short here of the first down. Minnesota's got a decision to make. They're almost at midfield. Let's see what they do.
Yeah, 4th and short. That's not really interesting, but this story is from Love Dice Tomatoes. Norm Macdonald allegedly won $60,000 at AC and threw it all in the ocean and said it made him feel clean. Love Dice Tomatoes. If there's a video out there, could you please put that link in there? I really want to see Norm Macdonald, great comedian.
All right, 4th and 1. Minnesota has the ball. They are going for it. Cousins in the gun.
Look for a rush by Cousins here, empty backfield.
Looking, not running, passing. And it is caught and dropped by Treadwell.
Ball across the middle. I don't understand. I was expecting a little bit of a draw there from the keeper, if not just get up on the line, get the first down. Only 4 guys up front. Lattimore making a great play to knock it out of Treadwell's hand there. Had the catch for a half second, but no football move was made. and that's not a catch.
Treadwell had the ball, and then Lattimore just went ahead and punched it out. So that's going to be a turnover on downs, and New Orleans is going to go to work in Minnesota territory. 17-13 Saints with under 13 minutes to go here in the third quarter.
The big thing to notice about football tonight is if you score points, you're going to win the game. So you got to go for it.
All right, we are back to some baseball action. Bottom of 6. Boston's up 3-1. Freese at the plate. He's 2 for 2, seeing the ball real well here tonight. 1-0 count here to Freese. Price at 68 pitches. Price taking his time.
Pitch.
In the pitch. Down the middle for a strike.
I don't know what Freese is looking for. 1-0 fastball. Right down the middle. Oh, our boy is in the building. WHD Gaming. Thank you for coming out. We're checking in with a little World Series here during a commercial, but WHD, thanks for coming out. What's up? Nothing much.
1-1 pitch here. Bottom of 6. Price still on the bump. Freeze at the plate. Ball's low.
It's funny, I just saw a Fortnite commercial with comments on the side there. I thought of WHD and where he was tonight. Thanks for coming back as always.
WHD Gaming.
Big fan of the program. Or as the hockey people say, program.
You guys watch Chiefs Broncos? Yeah, absolutely. And the Chiefs did what I thought they would do. They won.
They did it again.
They dominate, man. They can't be stopped.
Oh.
All right. Foul back to the screen here. And it is going to be 2-2. Count here to Freeze. Bottom 6, no outs. We're going to hang on for one more pitch here and then go back to football.
Red Sox 12 outs away from clinching another World Series. Center cut there to Freeze, just gets a little bit under it, fouling it back 2-2. David Price, he hasn't been, kind of like Kershaw, hasn't been big in the postseason, but last 2 starts have been phenomenal. Really looks under control on the mound.
All right, Price taking his time. He looks ready. And the pitch. Little chopper to second base, and that's going to be an easy play.
Brock Holt to Pierce there, 4-3. We're going to get you back to football live on NBC.
All right. Drew Brees in the gun. 1st and 10. Minnesota 45. Handoff up the middle. That's going to be Ingram, and a nice 3-yard gain on first down. Nice, tough run by Alabama's own Mark Ingram.
Mark Ingram, great runner. Hill's back in the game. Hopefully he's just at a tight end spot here, doing a little blocking.
And this is what the Saints are good at. They have all the momentum, so let's go ahead and throw our second-string quarterback into the game and run some trickery. So Breeze is all the way flanked out to the left. Hill is going to be in the gun. Kamara to his right. Let's see what they draw up here. They have the backup quarterback in the game after a turnover, and he hands it off to Kamara, and that's going to be a meaningless 3-yard gain.
It's meaningless because everybody gets in the box. You threw a ball deep on one play earlier in the game. The only reason he caught it was because it was underthrown, and the Vikings already used one challenge. Should have been challenged and incomplete. Didn't do it. Dumb call by Sean Payton. 9 snaps played for quarterback tonight for Taysom Hill.
All right, 3rd and 4 here. New Orleans is up 17-13. 11:22 left here in the third. 3rd and 3. New Orleans has the ball. They're in Minnesota territory. They're looking to strike here. They're at the Minnesota 39.
Trips right.
Looking. Throws left to Kamara. Has some space. Taking it. He's going to have the first down and more. And he's going to be out at the 30-yard line. Ran out of bounds, and that's going to be another Saints first down.
Yeah, Drew Brees gets back in there. Offense is back in sync. I wish they would taste some of my advice and keep him out of the game.
Oh, are you playing against him?
Taysom? No one has Taysom.
Oh,
in
you're talking
fantasy.
about
Yeah,
Taysom.
that was a pun. Saints leading 17-13 here in the third.
Kamara, 6 catches, 34 yards, and a touchdown. Breeze under center. They're at the Minnesota 30. And around to Taysom Hill. Hey, there's Hill again, and he gets a 2-yard gain. Taysom Hill in the game again, not doing a whole lot.
Taysom Hill feels like one of those guys that Bill Belichick maybe could get something out of, but Sean Payton is just like, I don't understand.
What's his thing
with
it?
It's a waste. It's a waste of Taysom Hill. Taking up too much time on my television screen.
All right, 10:07 here in the third.
He's an injury-prone guy. A lot of fractures, a lot of ligaments. Right foot sprain, ruptured tendons. Imagine if he actually played the game.
2nd and 8. Screen pass here. Plenty of room. Ingram down to the 20, down to the 18. And that is going to put the Saints inside the 10-yard line. And that's going to put them in the patreon.com/Brock Page Red Zone.
I haven't seen a lot of those donations pop up in the comments tonight.
We haven't had one tonight. Maybe we haven't earned them.
Have we not earned them? I feel like I'm bringing the heat. Taysom Hill's not bringing the heat, but I am.
You're definitely
I'm
bringing
going
the
on
heat.
rants tonight. I've had 3 rants. That's why these people pay good money to come watch our free program for the rants.
All right, 1st and goal here.
I don't know, guys.
Saints have the ball. They're inside the 10. Breeze in the gun, looking, throws left, and overthrown there, looking for Carr. That's going to be 2nd and goal from the 9. 17-13 New Orleans.
Shout out to T. Lee, our on-the-spot NBA correspondent.
Okay.
Keeping us up to date that the Clippers are up 28-20 at the end of 1. Thank you for the update, T.
Lee, thank you.
Hashtag T. Lee in the comments section. Do you guys have a favorite football team? Yes.
All right, 2nd and goal from the 9. Saints under center. Breeze, hands off up the middle, Kamara, and he's going to lose a yard. Kamara's going to lose a yard. That's going to bring up a 3rd and goal from the 10.
All right, I just want to give a shout-out here to Paul Hilliard, who's got to check out early tonight. That's okay. He says he has a plate of old burgers. They're as hard as hockey pucks. He's going to launch them across the street like Frisbees. Well, for our sake, Paul Hilliard, I hope you'll film that and put that on YouTube so we can see that.
Sounds like a good night.
I wish I could experience that.
I'd rather be throwing hard hamburger pucks across the street than doing this shit.
Tyson Lee probably couldn't throw the puck across the street with his Google arm.
All right, 3rd and goal.
I meant to say noodle arm.
Breeze is back. He's looking, buying time, scrambling.
Ugh,
and
that's
going to be
intentional grounding.
Horrible play by
Was that underhand thrown? If it was, it doesn't matter. It's still an incomplete pass, but
yeah.
Breeze just says, all right, here you go, kicker. Make this kick 10 yards further back.
Unbelievable play by Breeze.
You know who makes that play?
Drew Brees.
Not Tyson Hill, but maybe another quarterback would make that play.
Wow, so that is a really bad play by Drew Brees. That's a loss of down, loss of yardage, and that's going to be a little bit longer kick here for Will Lutz.
Yeah, Will Lutz is going to have the kick, but more importantly, T. Lee really wants to see those burgers flinging across the street.
Yeah.
Jordan Anderson, thanks for checking in. Saints lead 17-13 right now, but are on a 4th and goal, and will be kicking a field goal here, trying to make it a 20-13 game. Will Lutz 1 from 1 today, made from 52 yards out.
Yeah, Will Lutz, definitely a solid kicker here in the league. Ton of points. Snap, hold, kick up right down the middle. Mr. Automatic Will Lutz drilling that one right down the middle.
Yeah, that was a no-doubter, Brock. Right down the middle, kicked it well. A little bit of a breeze in the dome. I think they said they left one of the panels too far open, so the ball was pushed about 3 centimeters to the left, but still good.
And we have
Martinez up to the plate here. Here comes the pitch from Kershaw to J.D. Martinez. Swinging a long drive. Deep left field. That baby is out of here. Home run, J.D. Martinez. He makes it a 4-1 ball game in the top of the 7th inning.
J.D. what a swing.
Wow. J.D.
What
Martinez.
a swing. Did you see that launch
Kershaw
angle?
just hung that pitch right there, and he just knocked it out of the park to left field. I hope they show us a replay so we can see that for the first time.
Now, Max Bird makes a sad face. I don't know if he's making a sad face in reference to Boston being up 4-1 or just the fact that we're covering baseball during the breaks.
I don't know. Max, are you related? Max Larry Bird chimes in with a sad face.
I thought it was Max Big Bird.
Max Big Bird. Now it's Larry Bird's nephew. Hanging curveball from Kershaw. Bogarts rips it to left field for a single. Kershaw really started. That's the difference between David Price and Clayton Kershaw. Believe it or not, David Price, calm, cool, collective, doesn't care what's going on. Kershaw, every pitch is like, oh my gosh, it's all on him. All the pressure's on Kershaw tonight. I'm sorry, I said left field. Actually, that ball was hit the dead center field. I apologize. Hit about 310 feet. Kiki Hernandez almost came up with the play. Michael Jordan creates Air Jordan. Lonzo Ball creates air balls. Spencer. This guy. Jordan Anderson's a Vikings fan. You guys have here. You guys have beer. That's a rhyme. Is that a poem? I have one of those fancy RC beers.
RC Cola beer. All right, top of the 7th here. We're on a little break here from the football game. Brock Holt at the plate. Boston's up 4-1. And Kershaw throws one in the dirt. 2-0 count here to Brock Holt.
Brock Page Holt.
Brock Page Holt with a man on first base. Top of the 7th. Red Sox lead 4-1 in Los Angeles. Kershaw still dealing on the bump. 80 pitches thus far.
Yeah, 80 pitches for Kershaw, and they're finally getting Yaris up in the bullpen, the young lefty, who's had some arm problems, hasn't pitched much this year, but big for the Dodgers in the postseason. It's a foul ball. Late call by the umpire there, but those are the toughest calls to call right there. Brock Holt uses the axe handle bat. You ever notice that?
I have not noticed that.
Let's see if they show it, but yeah, it's more of like your typical flattened axe handle as opposed to your round ball bat handle.
Is that becoming a more popular trend amongst the players or just him?
A lot of players are using it. I believe Carlos Correa was one of the first to use it down in Houston. He really thought with a wrist injury it helps it a little bit easier in the recovery time. So, yep, the World Series is on, and we're going to be getting back to football here after this. John.
All right.
Kickoff play. Kershaw knew he wanted this off.
Kershaw throws the first base, and we're going to get back to some football action. And it looks like we have ourselves...
And back to the action we go.
Looks like a turnover here of some sort. I see the Saints posing for a picture. And yeah, it's going to be a strip sack of Kirk Cousins. And we're going to have to take a look at that. It looks like maybe Cousins' knee was down. Davenport on the great strip sack. But Cousins might be down.
Cousins looks like his knee's down. I'm going to go on a 30-second rant right here and say how good we are and what you're getting here that you're not getting other spots. First of all, the Vikings, if we throw that challenge flag on the second play of the game, they do not have a challenge here. They used a quick challenge. Then they could have lost out on some yardage throwing the challenge flag, and then this would not be challengeable. We called that earlier in the game. Most people were saying, throw the challenge flag, and we say, no, save it for a bigger spot. A one-possession game in the second half is a bigger spot. Also, we said Kirk Cousins rolls out of the pocket sometimes and can, yes, he can fumble the ball or turn the ball over like he almost did there. So I just have to pat myself on the back and you on the back for calling that in the first quarter. Right now, we're at a couple of commercials.
WHD Gaming says, I haven't done my homework, too busy watching the game. Well, you better get your homework done.
Love Dice Tomatoes say, if you guys had a blow-up doll and fishnet sitting between you, you'd probably have 1,000 times more viewers. Gimmicks seem to work well on YouTube. Well, here's what you're getting from us, Love Dice Tomatoes. You're getting no gimmicks. Well, I'm always down for a gimmick, but
sure,
you're just getting good, hard sports knowledge right down the center. No BS here. You know, I'm going to talk sports with Brock while he drinks a beer, and I'm going to drink in Royal Crown soda.
Yeah.
We don't have sponsors. Our only sponsor is patreon.com/BrockPage.
I am Jack 112 says, y'all do fantasy.
Jack, I live for fantasy. My DraftKings team. Fifth right now. I've been riding Pat Mahomes and daily fantasy and Kareem Hunt. Stack them, pay for another receiver and running back, fill in. A huge, great fill-in play I have this week is Larry Fitzgerald going over 30 points at $4,400 was a great play. Anybody that's in the daily fantasy game, you have to have Larry Fitz in there this week. You saw him starting to recover from that knee injury. His targets have been going up, and up. You won't be able to get him under $5,800 next week.
I am Jack 122. Thank you for the comment. Really appreciate it. Love potatoes. True that. You guys keep it real. Thank you, potatoes. I appreciate that comment. All right, we are back here, and it looks like our challenge...
Screen is cut in half.
Our challenge, we've come to a decision.
He's down. I don't know what we're talking about. He's down.
Ball's starting to get loose. Let's see.
Doesn't matter if it's starting to get loose. He's down. They're wasting my time right now showing this. It's not fully out until his elbow is down. Another comment. I'm down 14 with Kamara and Michael Thomas, and he's got Kyle Rudolph, who's winning. That's good. It's always good to be down in fantasy. Then they have to throw the ball.
Minnesota maintains possession. 2nd and 12. Cousins hands it off up the middle to Murray out of the gun, and that's going to be a 6-yard gain and a 3rd down. 7:51 here in the 3rd. New Orleans up 20-13. Minnesota has the ball and a 3rd and 6.
Yeah, 3rd and 6 for Minnesota. They got to keep a drive going here. You can't put the ball back in the hands of Drew Brees. You know, you gotta have a sustained drive. That's the way you win football games, not 3 and outs, especially in the late 3rd quarter.
3rd and 6. Cousins in the gun. They're at their own 28. He's looking. Fires down the middle. Has a man, and that is Stephon Diggs. That is going to be another Minnesota 1st down. Nice play to put him at the 42-yard line.
That's the thing right there. Kirk Cousins, plenty of time in the pocket there. Not moving, not throwing off the back leg, feet under him. Perfect pass to Diggs across the middle. Great play there by the Vikings offense.
Nice route by Diggs, working on Lattimore, creating a bunch of separation there. Lattimore really had no chance at covering him on that play. That's going to bring up a 1st and 10. Minnesota has the ball at their own 42. Cousins under center. And that is going to be a handoff to the right. Murray, 2 yards, 2nd and 8.
Pickup of 2 there, bringing up a 2nd and long. Latavius Murray, again, he's running hard. He's not taking any plays off. Kind of accused of that earlier in the season. Maybe a little bit angry that he wasn't the main back, but really running hard. 9 rushes tonight, 44 yards and a touchdown.
20-13, Saints are up. 6:19 left here in the 3rd quarter. Vikings have the ball 2nd and 8. They're at their own 44. Cousins in the gun, 2 receivers to his left. He has Murray to his left as well. Looking, pressure, fires, and that's going to be picked off by Williams. He's going to house it. 25-20, 15, 10, 5, goal line. I have no idea what Cousins was looking at. That is a pick 6. Saints house it, and they are going to extend that lead to 26-13. What happened on that play, Bo?
Well, we talked about it earlier in the game. Kirk Cousins outside of the pocket when he throws the ball tends to make mistakes in the big game. You saw him fumble a couple times, giving up touchdowns last year. And let's see the replay right here. Here's the snap. Diggs coming across the middle. We're going in slow motion right now. Rolling out. No pressure, really. He thought that Diggs was going to continue the route there across. Diggs stops. Williams, pick 6.
It was a short crossing route. Diggs was running at full speed and then decided to stop on the dime. Cousins threw the ball where he should have been, and that was a pick 6.
Yeah, that's on Diggs.
Snap, hold, kick, it's up and it's good. That's going to extend this New Orleans lead to 27-13. 5:58 left in the 3rd. And during the commercial break, we're going to switch to some World Series action. And we actually have a couple baseball questions in the chat box.
Should they take out Clayton Kershaw? I do not believe so. You ride out your main guy here. The bullpen has been spent. Somehow, if you come back and make this and take the lead and somehow win this game, you're going to need pitching for the next 2 games. And I know you say it's a last opportunity thing, but at 91 pitches for Kershaw, he's probably not coming back anyway. There's not much of a difference between 85 and 105 pitches, so ride out your big arm you pay all the money to. See if he can keep you in the game. If not, then Boston Red Sox World Series champions.
Just to catch you up to speed here, Boston is up 4-1. We're in the top of the 7th. Man on 1st and 2nd, 2 outs. Price is batting, and he hits a slow dribbler to second base, and they're just going to step on second. That's going to be the inning, but there's one thing to say about Price coming to bat there in that huge scoring spot. He came up to bat. they're obviously going to keep him in the game.
They're going to keep him in the game. If you would have told anyone after the first start of David Price this postseason that he's going to win a game in the World Series, he's going to have another great quality start, now he's going to have a chance to clinch it, you're going to say that's a totally different David Price than you've seen all throughout the postseason since he signed the big contract with the Red Sox. People were actually asking if David Price would opt out of his contract. With how poorly he's performed in the postseason, it would probably be better for him to stay with that contract. He probably will be. He says he loves Boston, and looks like 9 more outs and he's going to have a World Series ring.
Well, this is a heck of a performance out of him in a clinching game.
Yeah.
And really, him coming to bat here in the 7th really goes to show the faith that Cora has in him. And I think if he could, he's going to ride him to the 9th inning.
He's probably going to get a... I'm trying to think. He might get Kimbrel up in the 8th. Kimbrel is more of a 1-inning guy, especially with pitching multiple innings already in this World Series. So you want to get Price as much as you can right now. Low pitch count somehow after that first 2 innings, but really done a good job since the 2nd inning.
All right, so if you're just tuning in, we're covering the Sunday night game, Saints-Vikings. The Saints are up 27-13. And during the commercial breaks, we are flipping between football and the World Series. And right now, the Red Sox are up 4-1 over the Dodgers going into the bottom of the 7th. So a lot of really good sports action. And we also have an NBA game, Wizards at the Clippers. I have no idea what the score is there, but I know T.
I just asked T for an update. It's funny you mentioned that.
Excellent. All right, kickoff. Minnesota fields it. They do not let it run through the end zone. They take it out, and they're going to get to work at their own 19-yard line.
Going to get to the work at 19-yard line again, take it in the end zone, get the ball to 25. It's not hard to figure out. WHD Gaming chiming in. Who do you think would win against the Rams and Saints? I mean, right now, I gotta go Rams because the game, obviously, as of right now, will be played in L.A. You play that at the Superdome, totally different question. Who knows? But right now, I'm going with the Rams, but anything can change. You know how the NFL works.
1st and 10, Cousins under center, hands off to Murray. Murray up the gut, and that's going to be a nice, hard-fought 3-yard gain for Murray.
If we had a breaking news sound, I'd play it right now. Breaking news, the Clippers lead 47-36. 7 minutes left in the second quarter. Thank you to our LA correspondent, T. Lee.
T. Chun Lee. Up in the building. Thank you, T. Lee. And we are watching some Sunday Night Football here. New Orleans is up 27-13 over the Vikings. Vikings have the ball at their own 23. 5:19 here in the third. Cousins back to pass. Throws to Diggs. Has some room. 40. Up to the 45. Nice pitch and catch. And the Vikings are always in business, I'll tell you.
Vikings are in business. It looks like that the Saints are really doing a good job of shutting down Thielen tonight. And then Cousins is really going to his secondary target in Stephon Diggs.
Nice pass. Little slant route by Diggs. Cousin up to the line, and they're going to go hurry. And that is going to be a nice run to the right by Latavius Murray. 6-yard gain and a 2nd and 4 here for the Vikings as they approach midfield.
Yeah, huge play there by the Vikes. They need to get back in this game quickly. 2 score and giving the Saints ball is probably going to end this one, but we need a score here if you're a Vikings fan. You want to stay in this game later.
4:30 left here in the third. New Orleans up 27-13. 2nd and 5 here for Minnesota. They are at the 50-yard line. Cousins is under center. Diggs in motion. Handoff to the left. Murray, heavy dose of Murray, and he's going to be up for a 1-yard gain and a 3rd and 4.
I really don't like that play. You're already kind of in it's almost, I don't know if it's 4-down territory yet, but by the time you get to 4th down, it might be. But let's throw the ball there on 2nd and, I'd still say mid, 2nd and mid, 2nd and 5, so throw the ball there. The run's not going to get you much, I don't think, and it didn't.
It depends on what happens this play. You know, coaches are becoming more aggressive, so going for it on 4th and short isn't taboo anymore.
No.
3rd and 4, Cousins in the empty set. 3 receivers to his right, 2 to his left. Looking, and he's going to be hit and dropped.
There goes that.
That is a sack, and that is the big guy on the sack. He's been busy, and that's going to bring up a 4th down and a putting situation. 3:25 here in the third. Saints are up 27-13 over the Vikings, and that's the big guy Rankins.
Yeah, that big guy all over the play tonight. Big guy known as Sheldon Rankins, number 98. Big play. He's a great player, and that's what he does. He gets to the quarterback out of Louisville. Big number 98, 6'1", 299 pounds. He looks more like 391 to me.
I was going to say, he's a couple cheeseburgers shy of 325 in my opinion.
Oh, looks like we ran into the kicker.
The punt's away. Kamara fair catches it at the 16, and I don't see Laundry on the field. So the Saints are going to go to work inside their own 20. They're going to go to work at the 16-yard line. We have a commercial break here. 27-13 Saints over the Vikings. And let's go ahead and check out some baseball.
Oh, Rams playing New Orleans next week. Well, Justin, if you want a little update on that, I suggest that once you go to Brock Page Productions video, he'll probably put out a prediction on that game once he reads the facts and checks out the numbers.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll do our best to get as many leans on NFL Week 9. It's been fun so far this season, and I'll tell you what, this World Series has been a lot of fun too, as the Boston Red Sox are up 4-1 over the Dodgers. Dodgers are at the plate. There's 2 outs here, but at any point, Team Launch Angle can put a few runs up on the board.
Yeah, Team Launch Angle, 2 outs though in the 7th, 0-2 count the Puig. They're running out of time. Price sitting with 82 pitches right now. All of Boston has to be absolutely ecstatic to see David Price in this performance. It was, I said earlier in the game, if he went 6, Boston faithful would be happy. He's sitting here right now at 6 2/3, 82 pitches, up 4-1. Game 5 in the World Series, chance to win it.
And the amazing part of that was after the second inning, we were talking about how many pitches Price had thrown. He was upwards of 40 pitches after 2 innings.